Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of List Critics. It's been a while, actually, hasn't it?
We're back. Like Poltergeist 2, we're back. Yeah, let me... No, that's Poltergeist 1. Let me explain what happened, because it's been a while. Last episode was in September. We actually did... Let me grab the microphone here, so that you guys can hear me better. We actually did record an episode for October, but the files got corrupted. So basically, we spent a really long time. It was a pretty long episode, too. And
Yeah.
it just lost everything audio-wise. And then in November, it was just kind of one thing after another that prevented us from actually doing it.
HD crash.
But yeah, you lost your hard drive. Some other shit came up. It was basically just one thing after another. Then you're moving.
Yeah, then I moved recently, so...
You moved to another town, and you had to get internet set up, and that takes a while and everything. So we're just picking it up in December. This will include all of the lists from October, November, and the first part of December, or whatever we had. Wasn't a whole lot that we had, because usually people tend to send the flood of lists after an episode goes up, but we do have some extra lists to go through.
Okay.
So without further ado, because we do have a lot to get through, let's start with, from Bene Gesserit, sent me the top 10 worst songs to ever hit number 1. Now, wait a minute now. Actually, did we do this one already? Did we do this in, August or something? I think we had this discussion in October, too. Yeah, you know what? Okay, never mind that one. Never mind. We did that. We did critique that one in the August episode.
Oh, okay.
And I had it in the... Let me delete that, because that'll make things easier on me. Okay, Lugnal sent me his 10 favorite female fighting game characters.
Ooh, sweet. Okay.
That is very specific.
Female, huh? All right.
And he's got a note here. He says, these are, of course, based on my taste and nothing else, and I didn't do anything cheesy like place Chun-Li first, even at all. Also note, these are pretty much my faves when counting males, except I'd be adding Mitsurugi from the Soul series as my number 1 character of all time.
Gotcha. All right.
So he pretty much just prefers the female characters anyway, it seems. And also he has notes on each one.
Ivy rocks, but... All right.
So, Ivy is going to have to get some surgery soon, I think.
Oh, I know, right? Ugh.
Because they seem to give her an extra cup size with every game, so if they ever make a Soul Calibur 6, she's pretty much going to fall over like a Weeble
She'll
ball.
be like H's at that point. It's gonna be crazy.
Number 10 is Karen Kanzuki from Street Fighter Alpha 3. He says, I found her style to be really cool, and the way she plays is incredibly fun once you get the hang of it. So it seems that he's basing it on he enjoys playing as the character, not so much anything specific about the character, who, quite honestly, is pretty irritating.
Play style, basically. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Well, she has that annoying laugh.
Oh, I hate that laugh.
Before every bout, there's that laugh.
Yeah, I hate that laugh.
Number 9 is Christy from Dead or Alive 3. Really liked her design, and her snake fist kung fu looks beautiful.
I've never actually played that game.
I'm guessing if it's Dead or Alive, it's not the snake fist kung fu that he thinks is so beautiful.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, that's the series that's pretty much about tits.
Fan service?
Yeah, it's bouncing titties. That's what it's about. I'm looking up the character now. Yeah, she's pretty much this chick with white hair and a tracksuit with forever cleavage.
Forever cleavage.
Yeah, forever cleavage. The cleave goes on. Number 8 is Vanessa Lewis from Virtua Fighter 4. He says, the first Virtua Fighter game I ever gotten and played seriously was Virtua Fighter 5, The Final Showdown. I found Vanessa to be the most appealing character to me. I also found her old Virtua Fighter 4 design didn't look that good. So then why did he put it as from 4?
Why did he put it from 4 then? Did he mean 5? I mean...
Maybe, I don't know. He seems to like chicks with white hair.
Interesting.
Yeah. Then number 7, he's got King from originally from Art of Fighting, is also in King of Fighters. I've always loved how she refined Muay Thai, plus her design was perfected in King of Fighters 13. And she's interesting because she was the character that you were supposed to believe originally was a guy.
Yeah.
And she was working undercover. So there you go. Number 6 is Makoto from Street Fighter III Third Strike. Again, great design, and being one of the few characters to ever use traditional karate made her really cool to play as.
Actually, honestly, I have to actually disagree.
I agree with the second part of what he said. The first part about the great design, I don't agree with, because she's basically... Yeah, she's just like basically a 10-year-old girl wearing a karate uniform.
Yeah, I don't see the great design there, honestly.
There's really there's really no design there at all. It's just young girl in a karate uniform. It's nothing special.
Like a Lola.
Yeah. Number 5 is Vice from King of Fighters, a nimble, psychotic female grappler and a hottie to boot. Win. Interesting choice from King of Fighters there. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 4 is Tessa from Red Earth. Rather obscure. She's appeared in only 3 games and played drastically differently in each. A really nice take on the traditional witch design. Her classic Red Earth look was the best.
Never played it.
It was a kind of a, believe it or not, it was a Capcom fighting game, but it was sort of an obscure one.
No wonder I haven't heard of it.
Yeah. She basically is just like the stereotypical witch hat and cloak.
Really?
Yeah, but she's got like huge knockers that look like they belong on another character.
Like Ivy?
Yeah. Yeah. Like basically here, I'm gonna show you a picture here so you can see it looks like they drew her and then sent her the picture to like marketing or whatever, and then they said make her boobs bigger. So they did that, and then they said like, no, bigger. I said big. And they got to a ridiculous point where it didn't make any sense, and it just looks like the boobs were pasted from like a different character's portrait. So it's actually, from a design standpoint, it's kind of embarrassing. Sending you that picture now.
Let's see. What?
Yeah. I mean, they're hanging over her belt.
That's not even correct boob physics.
I mean, like I said, it looks like they just were forced to make them bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it looks like they just cut it out of another character's portrait. The lighting doesn't even match.
That's not even correct.
That. Yeah. Like they said, they're hanging over her belt. That's just ridiculous.
Those are monster boobs.
Yeah. Number 3 is Teokaka from BlazBlue, the very first super agile character I ever learned. Loved the design, which being a cat fan, I also gave extra points. What is it with the Japanese and these cat girls, man?
Oh, you're gonna love the Nikos. Come on now, gonna love Nico girls.
I really don't. I mean, basically, the outfit, I don't know if you've ever played BlazBlue, but the outfit is basically like some chick's Halloween costume as a slutty cat.
Yeah, I played it on the PSP, actually, so...
Oh, you played, what's the PSP one called? Oh, I forget.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, though, yeah.
Yeah, it's like sort of a half point between the first 2 games.
Yeah, it's pretty good, actually. It's not bad.
Yeah, but the design is basically slutty cat.
Slutty cat, pretty much.
As a matter of fact, I just looked at pictures, and there's this one picture. It's hard to believe that it's official art. It basically is nothing more than just the panty shot. That is the entire point. I'm going to send you this picture. You got to see it. It's the entire point of the picture is just, hey, check out my panties.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. It's like, hey,
serious?
Check it out. I got camel toe going on. Woo.
Honestly, and maybe this is really bad of me, but for a second, I thought that was a penis looking at me.
What did you think? The leg was a penis? Is that, well, I can kind of see it with the knee being the head. And
seriously, I mean, doesn't it kind of look like that? Just a little bit?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. All right, I'm going to move on. Number 2 is Baiken from Guilty Gear. When I first tried Guilty Gear, I started with Kai, then branched out until I was able to effectively play 7 different characters well, a record for me. Then I found out that Baiken somehow climbed to my number 1 spot for reasons unbeknownst to me. One of the most brilliant designs to ever appear in the Guilty Gear series. Well, I find this guy's taste in design to be kind of questionable anyway, but...
Hey.
I mean, she's basically generic slutty samurai with pink hair, so... I don't
That's a
know.
pretty generic type thing, yeah.
Yeah,
So.
basically, yeah. And number one's a really weird choice. I think Rose from Street Fighter. Rose is my
Rose?
yeah Rose. Rose is my all-time favorite fighting game character, and I'm not sure I even know why. She just is. My theory is that her design somehow clicked with some sort of subconsciously stored criteria list of mine.
I think she's okay, but nothing to write home
He's
about.
he's got a really weird taste when it comes to design. I mean, Rose is a mess. She's fighting in high heels.
Ugh,
She's got the
no.
scarf and the ridiculous hair that doesn't make any sense. She kind of looks like a dude. She's got
I,
the she's got the thing. I don't even know what you would call that outfit. It's like a kind of a dress that buttons down the front. It doesn't make any sense. And then there's a belt for no reason.
yeah,
She's not wearing pants, but she has a belt.
it's like a reverse tunic. I don't even know what the hell it is.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's like an upside down toga.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense, and basically there's nothing about her design that I think is good. So I don't know where he's coming from with that. I think it's a really weird, and it's weird because he doesn't include like any of the iconic female characters except maybe Christie from Dead or Alive. He seems to think that if he puts like the good characters, then he's going to be, it's cheesy in his own words. Like if he said if he would have put Chun-Li on there, that would have been cheesy.
I don't think that's cheesy. I think
That's his words, not mine.
I mean,
It's a not a very good list.
no.
I don't particularly like any of these characters. I like to play as Makoto, but that's about it.
I
So I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 1.
Snap.
Yeah.
Snap. Okay, Almighty Santa sent me a list of really bad album covers.
Oh God.
It's now this is how many of the this looks like a lot. Let's see how many there is here. It's 40. Okay, there's 40 worst album covers of all time. And I believe it's him that chose these. So, let's see. So, okay, this is interesting. He's got a lot of classical music stuff in here. No, he didn't write this list. He didn't write this list. Somebody named Scott Andrew Hutchins did. And I don't think that's Almighty Santa.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so number 40 is Madame de Shanghai Visage tout après presque rien by Ferrari. Like I said, he's got a lot of classical stuff on here. And it seems this guy doesn't like boobs because basically he's just complaining that there's a naked chick on it.
Oh, whatever.
I mean, it's not even done in it's like a tasteful, like, classic painting, you know?
I'm getting deja vu.
Well, we already did this list, but that was the one that we lost, remember? It was 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting deja vu. Okay, yeah.
He says, this is male fantasy at its most embarrassing excess. I'm going to send you a picture of this just so you can disagree.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember what we said last time. As I said, that was 2 months ago, but I don't think that you're going to say that this is male fantasy. Well, then again, you like chicks, but...
Oh, I love chicks.
But it's not a fantasy, like, it's not like fan service at all.
She's not even doing anything.
Looks like she's reading the sheet music.
Okay, all right. You see her stomach right there?
Yeah.
Look at her stomach where her leg is. Doesn't that look completely off?
Yeah, that's called Rubenesque. That was an art style that was going on where chicks where they were kind of fat, but they weren't.
It's
like they would draw these chicks that would be fat, like around the stomach and the ass, but like everywhere else they were skinny. It was called Rubenesque.
It's
yeah
stupid.
Yeah. Number 39, Verdi Un ballo in Maschera by Giuseppe Verdi. It's an opera. Got a chick with her tits out, embracing a guy with a mask on. He wrote, "Since Amelia was only tempted to cheat, isn't this cover image a bit sexist?" This guy's a douche. Number 38 is Frank Sinatra Sings for Only the Lonely. And it's not the greatest cover. It's sort of, it's like Frank Sinatra with Pagliacci makeup on. It's kind of creepy, actually.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one before, actually. Yeah, I remember that.
It's a little creepy, yeah.
It's a little creepy.
Number 37 is Sticky Fingers by the Rolling Stones. That's the one with the dong.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and he just wrote one word, gross.
Oh, it
Well,
was...
I have two words for him. Grow up.
It was odd. That's just about it,
Yeah.
though, you know?
It's a dong. I mean, just grow up. Number 36 is OPD 7033 Strauss Electra German Italian Libretto Opera di Obro Grande Tier by Richard Strauss. Another opera. Yeah, it's just more boobs that he's bitching about.
More boobs.
Yeah. Number 35 is Mozart Così fan tutte. It's more tits. Number 34, Donizetti Gemma di Vergi. It's just got tits on it. 33, Bizet's Carmen. You know Carmen. I mean, that's just more tits. I love his comment here. If you really need to use a painting for filthy old men to sell Carmen, especially at $42, you're doing something wrong. And it's like, it's so tasteful. I don't know why he says it's for filthy old men. It's just like a nude form painting, you know?
It's just what it is, basically.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with it. Number 32 is Double Live by the Butthole Surfers. He wrote another nasty cover by the band with the nastiest name. It's a bit disturbing. I don't know if you've ever seen this one. I'm going to send it to you, but you know, it seems like I would agree that it's a bad cover, but it seems that his reasoning is so douchey. What do you think? It seems that he just hates the name Butthole Surfers, and he's just going to pick on anything by them.
It's weird. It's kind of disturbing, but it's not anything like completely, you know.
Yeah, it's not one of the worst. Number 31 is Acquiring the Taste by Gentle Giant. I'm certainly not a fan of Gentle Giant or their album covers, but his reasoning behind this is really douchey. He says, "This is a great album, but the cover implies a gay metaphor and surely hurts sales. Based on the band's comments on the Octopus album 2 years later, I believe that a gay metaphor did not even cross their minds."
What?
I don't think there's anything gay about it. It looks like kind of like a dude licking cleavage. There's nothing gay about that.
Which is probably why it didn't cross their minds. It's like, hello.
I don't know what... Yeah, it's a stupid cover, though. Number 30 is Electronic Toys Volume 2 by Electronic Toys. Now, this one's kind of irritating because it doesn't show a picture. So I kind of got to Google it. Let's see. Google. Oh, it's got a naked chick on it.
Oh, more tits. Okay.
Yeah, just more boobs. It's kind of hot, too. Number 29 is the original Electronic Toys by Electronic Toys, and that also doesn't show the cover. So let me guess. It's going to have boobs on it. I just have a feeling that that's what's going to be his problem, and he doesn't like anything about... Okay, that's hard to search for because I keep getting like toy robots and shit. Let's see. Oh, okay, all right. There's this chick that kind of looks like a Barbie doll. She's like made up to look like a Barbie doll, and there's like a stuffed bear on top of her, and she's naked. It's really stupid looking. But he's like, he says, "Oh, it's implied bestiality."
What?
It probably hurt their marketing. Like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah. Number 28, Taboo 2, New Exotic Sounds of by Arthur Lyman. It's just got like some like African bushman type guy on the cover.
Okay, so what's so offensive about that?
A relic of mid-century faux Polynesian music emphasizing the exotic. In these more enlightened times, trade in shrunken heads is illegal and... Oh, get a grip.
Oh my God.
Number 27 is Ginny Riley Doodle Leon Doin' by Ginny Riley. Okay, I think the point of the cover was that it's got this pregnant chick sitting on a chair and she's balancing a cup of Coca-Cola on her stomach. Looks like she's at like a picnic or something. I don't get why that's terrible. Yeah.
What?
Number 26 is Trout Mask Replica by Captain Beefheart. I mean, it's a guy in a trout mask. Captain Beefheart was supposed to be weird. You gotta kind of take it with a grain of salt, you know?
Yeah, but it's nothing like offensive. It's just, you know.
Yeah. You know, I don't even want to go through the rest of this list.
I don't think you did before either, John.
Because some of these are bad album covers, but almost all of them are there for like really bad reasons. I don't really know what's going on here. Yeah. I'm just gonna give this a 1 out of 40 and move on.
I'll go with the same thing.
It's just, anything sexual he seems to be offended by, and it's like, grow up, really.
Still has TNA on the cover. Who cares? Whatever.
Yeah. And Almighty Santa says he owns a few of the albums that were on that list. Ice Skater 71 sent us, you're going to like this one, Tanya, the top 20 RPGs with the greatest stories.
Ah, okay. That's one of
yeah, there's a lot of stuff on here that I know you've played, I've played, some of your favorites.
Oh, cool. Sweet.
So move number 20 is a game that I know you've been playing recently, Radiant Historia for the DS.
Oh, beautiful game for the DS. Beautiful.
Yeah. Number 19 is Lunar Silver Star Harmony for PSP.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. Number 18, Star Ocean Second Evolution, also on the PSP.
Oh, great game. Yeah.
Number 17, I have to disagree with this one, is Xenogears.
You know I'm going to agree with that one. Come on now.
Okay, hold on now. I know you liked it, Tanya, but it did not have a good story.
As a matter of fact, its story is a masterpiece. And once you get into it, it's religious. It's religious leanings. It's philosophy.
Makes
it is so
no
deep.
Sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
No sense. Nothing that happens matters, because then a few hours later they change genres and decide to write a different type of story.
No, it really does make sense when you take it all into context. It really does.
Then maybe you could explain, what does the intro have to do with the rest of the game?
The intro actually shows the genesis of all humankind, believe it or not.
No, it doesn't. It shows a spaceship crashing on Earth.
It does. It shows the genesis of humankind on that planet. When you see that woman arise from the wreckage, spoiler alert, when you see the woman arise from that wreckage, she is actually the very first human on that planet. And she has to, and using a means of technology, she's able to create humans on that planet. She is the mother of all humanity.
Oh, I'm sorry, but it was just a terrible game overall. Number 16 is Grandia 2 on the Dreamcast.
Oh, Grandia 2, great game.
Yeah. Number 15, the original Grandia.
Okay, another great game, yeah.
Number 14, Final Fantasy Tactics, War of the Dragons for PSP. Also, obviously, that was the original version. It was on PlayStation. Number 13, Star Ocean First Departure. That's the PSP.
Oh,
a lot
really?
of PSP stuff on here, yeah.
Oh,
Number 12, Treasure of the Rudras, which I have not gotten to play. It was only kind of recently that it got translated to English by the fans.
You know, I have yet to really play that. Maybe I should actually start playing that.
I remember I played a little bit of it back when it was in, it was still in Japanese, and, nobody knew really what it was about, but it was sort of a discovered, late Super NES Squaresoft game that actually had a lot of the code from what was going to be the original version of Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Number 11 is Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride. Have to fully agree with that, being one of the best stories. Definitely. Out of all the Dragon Quest games, I think it has the best story.
Hell yes.
Number 10, Final Fantasy II for PSP. I mean, it's got some cool concepts, but it's not really that fleshed out, so I don't know if it really belongs in this list, or at least if it should be lower, it shouldn't be number 10.
No, it should be number 10. All right, well.
Speaking of the number 10, number 9 is Final Fantasy X.
Oh, okay. That's a good story.
That's a great story, yeah. Number 8 is Final Fantasy IX. Also a great story.
Awesome.
Number 7 is Parasite Eve. Obviously, that was on PlayStation.
Oh, good story. Yeah, okay.
A pretty good story. Actually, and that had a lot of the story elements of the original version of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Number 6, Chrono Cross for PlayStation.
Oh, masterpiece.
That one also, I think personally, you got to play it a few times before you really get the whole scope of it.
There's so many nuances to that game. It's crazy.
Absolutely, yeah. Number 5 is Final Fantasy IV. He lists the DS version, but you could really play any of them.
The DS version, I think, actually is the best story version, though, I have to say.
Isn't the story the same in all of them? I mean...
Yeah, but it's the way the translation is in the DS version and the voice thing. It's just great. It really is.
Number 4 is Final Fantasy IV: The After Years.
Oh, wow, really?
Lot of people bagged on the story, but I thought it was great, and I thought it was a better story-wise than the original because it fleshed out the characters a lot better.
Oh, wow, okay. I have to agree, yeah.
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 Number 3, Chrono Trigger. He
Oh,
lists DS version, which was the best translated version.
hell yes.
Number 2, you're going to love this, Tanya. Chronicles of the Dark Lord, Episode 1, Tides of Fate.
Lush!
So let's see, we beat Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 2, 4, 9, and 10, and Tactics,
Holy fuck.
and we beat Xenogears, thank fuck. We beat Lunar Silver Star. We beat both Star Ocean remakes. We're pretty badass.
I have to say thank you.
Both Chrono games.
Shit, Batman, but thank you.
And finally, the only game to beat us is Final Fantasy VI.
Oh, come on, that's a masterpiece and a half right there. Shit.
You know what I have to say for Ice Skater though?
What's that?
I would like to see a revised version of this list after they play through Episode 2.
Well, just as a little teaser, Episode 2 for us is going to be our masterpiece. So,
Yes,
yeah.
I think so. I got to give this out of 20. I'm going to give it a 19. I'm taking off a point for Xenogears.
And I'm actually going to give it a 19 for Final Fantasy 2. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think Final Fantasy 2 just should have been a little lower on the list.
Yeah, but no, well, actually, I don't think it should be on.
It could switch places with Radiant Historia. That would have made more sense.
Oh, Radiant Historia is so good.
Yeah. Okay, number 10 is also from Ice Skater 71. It's top 10 of the hardest RPG final or semi-final bosses that he's ever faced. So basically, hardest last bosses or like second to last bosses.
Okay, you usually don't see semi-final bosses. All right, that's pretty interesting.
Well, sometimes they're just as interesting or just as difficult or even more difficult than the final boss. So
that's true.
There you have it. Okay, so is this the top 10? List number 10 is Braska's Final Aeon from Final Fantasy X. I've had enough of your fucking overdrive, he says. He's got a little comment for each of them. Number 9 is the final battle with Eve from Parasite Eve. He says, stop flying around and let me kill you for fuck's sake.
Agree. Agree.
Number 8 is the Valmer core from Grandia 2. He says, ugh, blark, frustrating.
Actually, I didn't find him that hard, but that's me.
A lot of people found Grandia 2 in general to be tough, so maybe that's what it kind of related to. Number 7, Anto Kalius from Chronicles of a Dark Lord.
Really? Anto?
Says, took me 9 times to beat this guy. Why? He slows my party down, casts Demolition on my healer, and follows it up with an area of effect that wipes my party out. I swear he was gunning for my healer the whole time. I was so glad when I finally beat his ass. At least his music is epic as fuck.
Wow. What do you think? What do you have to say about that?
You remember when I first beat the original version of Chronicles of Dark Lord and you asked me about Xeon, and I said I thought Anto was harder.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now I think you've balanced it out, so I think Xeon is harder, but it sounds like he was getting unlucky. I don't know what party he was using or what level he was at, so I can't comment too much. Number 6 is the Ultimate Being from Parasite Eve. It says, I usually don't mind final bosses of multiple forms, except in this game. Third form. That third fucking form.
I agree.
I think we all know. I think we all feel his pain there, you know?
Yeah, we do. We do.
Number 5 is Phil Gaia from Wild Arms 3. Frustration to the max is what he wrote about that one.
I've never played that game. I never actually...
I haven't played any of the Wild Arms series. They're kind of hard to find. Number 4 is Zeromus from Final Fantasy IV DS. It's bad enough Square Enix decided to troll us with this game's difficulty, but his Big Bang total party wipe.
I have to agree, actually. Yeah.
I have to say he was probably underleveled.
He probably
Anybody who's played Final Fantasy IV knows you got to be like level 70 to play it at the end.
Oh, you have to be. It is a troll game, though. It really is a troll game.
It's so easy to level up at the end that there's no reason not to, because you get so much experience at the end. Number 3 is Xeon from Chronicles of a Dark Lord.
Xeon? Wow, okay.
Yeah. Genocide plus Plague Barrage equals my party totally fucked and me screaming at my TV that life no longer has any meaning. It's interesting that he mentions Genocide and Plague Barrage. I wonder how many times he got hit by Fist of the Abyss.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Because Fist of the Abyss is pretty much the worst thing that Xeon does.
It is actually one of the worst things that Xeon does, yeah. Yeah.
Number 2, Neo X Death from Final Fantasy V. I don't like trees anymore because of this one. Fuck your high defense, fuck your spells, and fuck your mother. I think he's easy, but whatever.
I had trouble with him, but hey,
No problems on my end. And number 1 is the Shadow King from Okage Shadow King. It says, I still haven't beaten this fucker yet.
Never even played it, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I'd never even played it. I'll take your word for it on that one, especially if you haven't beaten him yet, then obviously it's very hard. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. It's really nothing wrong with the list.
No, I'm going to say the same thing, 10 out of 10, yeah.
Yeah. No, right, Mr. Lover of Ganja sent me, and this is a bottom 50 list. It's not a top 50 list, it's a bottom 50 list. I think we're going to get through this pretty quickly, and it's the 50 worst nicknames for a penis.
Ah, God.
I'm going to go through them 10 at a time because it's real quick, and I mean I'm just glancing at it. These are pretty bad. They're all like puns, All right, so 50 worst names for penis. Number 50 is Master's Pincushion. Wow, that doesn't make any sense. Number 49, The Naughtiest Cardinal. Number 48, Jack Curlwhacker. Oh. Number 47, The Slim Reaper. Number 46, The Squinty Blowpop. Number 45, The Fleshy Winnebago. Number 44, The True Cross. Number 43, The Sixth Beetle. Number 42, Winnie the Cock. Number 41, The New York Post.
Head meat the wood. Head meat wood. Face palm.
You said head and you said wood.
Yes.
The only one of these that's any good is like if you live in New York, I could see calling it the New York Post. But these are just terrible. Number 40 is the Viscount of Vanes. Number 39 is Madeline Albright. There's not even like a joke there. It's just Madeline Albright. Number 38 is Buster McThunderstick. Number 37 is King Oh Yeah. Number 36 is Trembling Torpedo. Number 35 is Meat Maelstrom. Sounds like a zombie sneak attack song. Number 34 is Niagara Balls. Number 33 is E.T.'s Stinkfinger. Number 32 is Regurgitator of Rejuvenation. And number 31 is Horseman of the Ahumpalaps.
Oh, my God.
I think they may have peaked because I can't imagine a worse name for a cock than Horseman of the Ahumpalaps.
That's so fucked.
I can't imagine a better... Actually, the only one in here that I kind of think is funny is Buster McThunderstick because it reminds me of... do you want to hear a quick story?
Sure.
All right, I won't mention names because I don't want to embarrass anybody, but me and you both have a mutual friend whose name starts with B.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Okay. So, I've known that person for a very long time.
Yes.
And I remember when she bought her first vibrator. And she went on the forum that we both were members of and announced that she was playing all night with her new friend Buzz. Which nobody got the joke but me because everybody thought it was they're like, who's Buzz? Buzz Lightyear? What are you talking about, I got the joke because I knew that she went shopping for a vibrator. Well, anyway, years later, Buzz died. They don't last forever. Eventually, I guess the motor went out or whatever. And she had to go out and get a new one. And instead of getting like a little pink stick, she got like this fancy, huge blue cock with like a rotating head and a clit stimulator and all this other stuff. It was like a science project, And I was like, so how do you like it? And she's like, oh, it's awesome. I said, well, you can't call it Buzz 2 or anything like that, or Buzz Jr. You can't do that. That's lame. And she's like, well, what do I call it? And I said, Shaky McPleasure Pants. And she's like, that is terrible. That's so stupid. I'm like, that doesn't matter. That's his name. And actually, it wound up sticking because I insisted on calling it Shaky McPleasure Pants. Just because, it's a cheap laugh. Emphasis on the word cheap. All right, let's move along. Number 30 is Scepter of Sordidness. Number 29 is the Power Prawn. God. Number 28 is the Molten Mushroom. Number 27 is Stupopolis. That's the new king of the worst. Number 26 is King Lear. Number 25, Thor's Hammer. Number 24, Pope John Paul III. Number 23, the Chief of Staff. Number 22, Federal Love Project. And number 21, Old Drizzly.
Old Drizzly.
2 words you really don't want to apply to your cock. Just saying.
That's
terrible. I was going to move on because these are all bad. Number 20, Captain Kilbasa. Number 19, President Johnson. Number 18, Admiral James T. Cock. Number 17.
Wow.
That one's actually kind of funny. Number 17 is Donald Pump. That one's not funny. Number 16 is Abdullah the Tent Maker. If you have to explain it, then it's not funny. Number 15, the Littlest Traffic Cop. You know, you don't want to really say littlest when you're referring to your penis, just saying. Number 14, Tony the Hustler. Number 13, the Exxon Valdez. Number 12 is Twinkie. Number 11 is Gertrude Frankenstein. And, well, that's the next 10. So those are all terrible. Except for James T. Cock. That's kind of funny.
That was actually pretty cool. I actually kind of like that one.
Yeah. All right, here's the top 10. The top 10 worst penis nicknames. Number 10, Lance, Wyoming. Number 9, Everybody Loves the Nubbin. You really don't want to refer to your cock as a nubbin. It's not a good thing. Number 8 is the Zipper Ripper. I just kind of doubled over. Just reading that. Number 7 is Third Arm of Justice. Number 6 is Johnny Come Early. Once again, that's derogatory. You wouldn't want to call your cock that. Number 5 is Acorn Andy. That doesn't make any sense. Number 4 is Wrinkle Beast. Number 2...
Wrinkle Beast.
Number 2 is horrible. I don't even want to say this, but I'm going to anyway, because that's what we do. Are you ready for this, Tanya?
I think so.
Are you sitting down?
I am sitting down.
Do you have the stupid goggles on?
Hold on. Okay, now I do.
Okay. The Giving Tree. I know. The goggles, they do nothing.
No,
The Giving Tree. That should be number 1.
That should be number 1.
Well, let's see what number 2 and number 1 are. Number 2 is the Ram Burglar, and number 1 is Penis the Menace.
No, I think
The Giving Tree is by far the worst name for a penis ever in the history of our culture.
That's
Go and
so...
rest heroes.
I don't even know. I don't even know. Wow.
I'm gonna give this a 49 out of 50. I'm taking 1 point off because the order is all fucked up. The Giving Tree is number 1 as far as I'm concerned. I'm using my veto power to put it at number 1. That's the worst name for penis ever.
Yeah, that is, and I totally agree with that. I'm going to go with the same thing.
If you call your penis the Giving Tree, I'm sorry, but you should be put in jail. Because you are obviously a child molester. I'm just saying.
Giving Tree. Wow.
Giving Tree. Yeah, just fuck that. No way. Anyway, I'm moving. What do you give it? I gave it a 49.
I'll say 49. Same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shodate sent me his top 20 most underrated game developers. So there you go. Obviously, that's our Japanese friend there. So these are all Japanese developers, I'm going to assume.
Okay.
Number 20 is Clap Hans.
Uh-huh.
Eh?
Right.
I'm going to have to look some of these up, I think. Clap Hans.
Sounds like an STD. I'm sorry, but it does.
Yeah, they make those Everybody's Golf games for PlayStation.
Oh, okay. All right.
Number 19 is, we went through this last time, is Dog. Couldn't figure out what the hell he's talking about. I looked up Dog, game developer, and all I could find was Naughty Dog, so I don't know who he's talking about. Number 18 is Game Freak. I don't know how they're underrated.
Game Freak is not exactly... Yeah.
They created Pokemon. How could they be underrated?
Right.
So, there you go. I'm just going to leave it at that. Number 17 is Taito. Once again, I don't see how Taito is overrated, or underrated, rather. I don't see how that doesn't make any sense. Everybody knows Taito.
Taito is really huge. That's like...
Yeah, maybe not as big as they used to be, especially since I think they're now owned by Square Enix, but I don't know. This next one is another one I don't even know of. Number 16 is LeafSoft. I don't know who LeafSoft is.
I have no idea.
Ever heard of them? Okay. Number 15 is Vanillaware. Do you know Vanillaware? Vanillaware, I'm looking that up now. Apparently Vanillaware, they made Odin Sphere and Muramasa and Dragon's Crown.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So they're really good. I played Muramasa and Odin Sphere. Those are really good games. They've also made a few games. Most
I agree.
games wind up getting published by Atlas, which is always a plus. So there you go. Number 14 is DB Soft, which I almost kind of misread as DP Soft. Which there's nothing soft about DP, let's just face it.
No.
I'm looking them up now. DB Soft. Okay. Who are they? Alright. I'm not really finding any good info here. No. I mean, there's a couple of companies called that, though. So it looks like they made MSX games.
Oh, well, whatever.
So that's why we never heard of them. Like, no, I've never heard of any of these games. Crossblame, Flappy,
Huh?
Laptic, Volgard. I've never heard of any of those.
Same here. No idea.
I don't know. They're all for the MSX. So there you have that one. Number 13 is Irem. I don't know about underrated. If anything, they're overrated.
That's pretty big.
Well, has Irem really made any really good games?
No, but...
Yeah, aren't they mostly known for Ikari Warriors?
Yeah, I was going to say Ikari Warriors, yeah.
Kung Fu Master. Well, I guess they... Oh, I mean, they made some of the R-Type games, but most of their games sucked.
Well, they did do some of the R-Type games, actually. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but most of their games were pretty bad.
Yeah, I'd say, like, the majority. Yeah.
Yes, I don't know about that. I think R-Type is the only, like, series that they're really kind of known for that's good. Like, you know what he probably, like, said Hammer and Harry, though. That's probably why he put it on there.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Number 12, I never heard of a developer called Key, just the word Key, and that's impossible to look for, let's face it.
You can define that now. Yeah,
that's too hard. That's complicated search there. The next one, number 11, is Jaleco.
Oh, Jaleco's... I thought Jaleco's pretty known. I mean...
Yeah, they're not around anymore, though.
No, they're gone. But...
That might be why he's putting them on the list.
Oh, I guess.
And they're basically known for making just puzzle games, really.
Yeah, but they weren't underrated even back in the day. They were known. You know what I mean? It's like...
Well, to be fair, they weren't. They were known as a publisher. They weren't really known as a developer.
Oh, that's I guess, to be fair, yeah, that's true.
TOS developed most of the famous games that they made, like Bases Loaded was a TOS game, and the R-Type ones and Jazz Jackrabbit, and those were all TOS games. Most of the licensed games were TOS. So yeah, they were really known as a publisher than anything else.
Okay.
There you have it. Number 10 is From Software.
What?
How am I going to search for that?
How are you even going to try that?
Well, I found their website.
Oh, you did? Holy shit.
Yeah. From Software. Oh, they made Armored Core. Okay. Yeah, Armored Core, and also they now do the Tenchu games, it appears.
Ah.
So, okay, that's what's going on there. All right, I'll accept that. Gust Corporation, or maybe it's Goost, but that's the next. That's Gust. That's number 9. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out who the hell Gust Corporation is. Yeah.
It's Artanelico, yeah.
The Artelier series and also Artanelico, yeah.
I should know that.
and Monachemia. They also did Monachemia.
And they're owned by Tecmo Koei. Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Number 8 is Studio 24, which their name is now Banpresto. So that's another one. They have made a lot of like Dragon Ball Z games, from what I know.
And they also made Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Genesis.
Hooray!
Yeah, I don't know why I know that. But
they're also owned by Namco Bandai. So.
And Namco Bandai, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Number 7 is Mistwalker, which sounds more like the name of a game than the name of
I was gonna say, it sounds like a video game.
But Mistwalker made Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey and The Last Story.
Oh wow, huge names. Wow.
Yeah, some pretty big games, but they're not a well-known name in development. I mean, even though Hironobu Sakaguchi started them, I mean, they're not known like some of the other developers out there. It's kind of interesting that they're so obscure, actually. So I do agree with his placing of them on the list.
You know, I never actually played Lost Odyssey, but I hear it's a really good game. I really should start picking that up.
It's one of the very few JRPGs that you could find on the Xbox 360, other than like Final Fantasy, obviously. So you should check it out. Yeah.
And I hear it's going to get turn-based spells and everything too. Well, anyway, yeah.
Number 6 is Nihon Busan.
Really? Awesome.
I have no idea who they are. Because none of their games have ever been released in America. And most of them are like casino games and shit like that.
Oh, so in other words, lame.
Yeah. Well, that shit, like, they do a lot of mahjong games. You know, the shit that's big in Japan. Number 5 is Pax Softnica, which is the worst attempt at faux Latin that I've ever heard. I have to fully disagree with them, by the way. I think Pax Softnica sucks. Ready for me to tell you what they're known for?
Yeah.
They created the Mother series.
They need to go die in a hellhole of all rot.
I gotta agree with you on that. They also did Pokemon Snap, if you want to yell at them.
One of the worst Pokemon games ever created.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a Pokemon fan, but even I know there are good Pokemon games out there, and that's not one of them.
Taking pictures is not exactly exciting gameplay, just saying.
Mother series. You know, that's so I know, I can't go into it. I can't, no.
I think they developed I think they developed the first two. I don't know if they did Mother 3, but yeah, there you go. Number 3 is Cave. Yeah, just Cave. I don't know how. Yeah, I just found their site here. So they let's see. Have I heard of any of these games? It seems that they mostly do spin-offs for other series. Like they've done spin-offs for Don Don Pachi, they've done spin-offs for Shin Megami Tensei, they've done spin-offs for I just saw it. Where did that go? I just saw it. Where the hell? Arcana Heart. They did a card game version of that. So it seems like if there's like a card game version of a popular Japanese series, it was probably developed by them.
Okay.
So they only do like those card type of games.
I hate those things.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either. Number 2 is, in America, I would agree that these guys are highly underrated, but in Japan, they're not underrated at all, which is Falcom.
Oh, Falcom's huge over in Japan.
As a matter of fact, when it comes to Japanese RPG, well, actually RPGs in general, when it comes to RPGs, if you were to say, is there a big 4 in America, it would probably be like Square Enix and then like 3 American companies.
Yeah.
Because you would say Square Enix and then probably Bethesda,
Obsidian.
And Obsidian.
Yeah.
Whereas in Japan, it's pretty much Square Enix, Nihon Falcom, and then after that, probably Atlas.
I was going to say Atlas, and then...
and then after that, it would probably be actually Bethesda. So.
You think it'd be Bethesda after that too? Oh, probably, yeah.
I love the Elder Scrolls over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nihon Falcom, they created Dragon Slayer, Ish, Brandish. I mean, I can't say that they are underrated.
So many good games. So many good games. It's
Actually, I could
crazy.
say that they're underrated and that not enough people play these types of games, and maybe that's what it is. But in Japan, I mean, this guy's from Japan, so I don't know where he's going to... And number one, I don't really... He put Mistwalker at number one, but he spelled it with a Y. So I'm wondering, is it really two different companies that happen to be called Mistwalker, and one spelled with an I and the other spelled with a Y?
If that's
Or,
true, then holy shit.
or is it the same thing and he just spelled it two different ways? I think it's the same company because I just typed it into Google and it says, did you mean Mistwalker? And the very first thing is the other one that we already talked about with Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey in the last story.
Okay, and I just looked it up myself, and Mistwalker is only spelled with an I for a game company, far as I can see.
So he put it on the list twice. Now, number one and number seven is the same company. That's ridiculous. That's a cardinal rule of lists. You don't put the same thing on there twice. By the way, I would put them at number one as for most underrated game developer.
Yeah.
But I got to take points off for that, and I got to take points off for Nihon Falcom and Jaleco and some of the and Taito, some of these, and Game Freak that are not underrated. There are other developers that should be on here. I'm going to give this, honestly, a kind of a low score. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 20.
There were some pretty glaring things in that list that really ought not to have been there. So actually, I'm going to say a 9.
Also, past Sofnico, who sucks.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, next up is from Splashfire 0x. He sent his top 25 bands, and he notes it will most likely change in the future. And considering how behind we are, it might have changed since he wrote it. I'm gonna read these 5 at a time. Number 25 is Slayer. Number 24, Black Sabbath. Number 23 is 311. Number 22 is Queen. Number 21 is Disturbed.
Sweet, 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 sweet. Awesome.
I don't know about 311, but the rest of those are
311, but the rest are great.
Yeah. Number 20 is At the Drive-In. Number 19 is the Foo Fighters. Number 18 is Foxy Shazam. Number 17 is The Fall of Troy. And number 16 is Metallica.
Foo Fighters gone.
I don't like the Foo Fighters. I love Metallica, and I've never heard of these other ones. So, who the hell is Foxy Shazam and The Fall of Troy? It sounds like a bunch of hipster bands.
You got me. I have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't have heard of them. They're really obscure. Number 15 is Tool. Number 14 is Sublime. Number 13 is Queens of the Stone Age. Number 12 is the Deftones. And number 11 is Alice in Chains. He seems to have a really good mixture of awesome shit and shit.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's really big shit in there, you know?
Like Tool, I don't like. Queens of the Stone Age are awful. And the Deftones, I mean, give me a fucking break.
The
But
Deftones need to go. Yeah.
Then he's got Alice in Chains and Sublime, who are both very good. So it's kind of weird.
It is kind of weird.
Yeah. Number 10 is Primus. Number 9 is Led Zeppelin. Number 8, Nirvana. Number 7 is Slipknot. And number 6 is Soundgarden. Other than Slipknot, I can pretty much understand that. I don't like Primus, but I understand why people like them.
I love Nirvana, so that's I'm glad that's on
And
there.
Led Zeppelin and Soundgarden. That's all good stuff. And his top 5, number 5, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Number 4, Pantera. Number 3, the Mars Volta. Number 2, Silver Sun Pickups. And number 1, System of a Down.
What?
I mean, all right, it's his personal opinion. This is his favorites. He's not saying they're the best, but Mars Volta, really? System of a Down, and I mean, above Led Zeppelin. I mean, that's...
And yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got pretty good taste in music. He just likes a few crappy bands. I can't really fault him too much. At a 20, I'm being kind here. At a 25, I'm going to give it an 18.
I'm going to be a little kinder because there's a couple of them on there I can kind of see, so I'm going to say 20.
Yeah. I can't see Slipknot, but that's personally me, yeah. Okay, moving on. He also sent me... Why did he send me the same list twice? All right, maybe I just pasted it twice. All right, moving on. Sponge the Kid sent me a list from yahoo.com. It's the top 25 worst rappers.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Yeah, I think this will be interesting. This was written by Rob O'Connor for Yahoo.com's List of the Day. Okay, so let's see. Wow, I've never heard of any of these. All right. Oh, well, okay, here's one. All right, never mind. Okay, number 25 is the Chicago Bears. Now, I gotta ask, the Chicago Bears, is it literally the football team rapping, or did they just name themselves after the football team?
That's what I'm asking. Is it really the football team?
I mean, in the 80s, that would have been awesome, but now it's kind of sad if you're calling yourself Chicago Bears. Yeah. Actually, I'm reading this, and yeah, it is actually the football team.
Oh, God.
Apparently, this was before 1985, so it's actually this was the 85 Chicago Bears who won the Super Bowl, but it was before they won the Super Bowl. They actually got together and recorded a song called the Super Bowl Shuffle.
You're serious.
I have to hear this.
Oh, okay, no, I have to hear that.
I have to, I mean, the 85 Bears rapping?
85 Bears.
Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. Chicago Bears Super Bowl Shuffle. Oh, God, they made a music video and everything.
Oh, my goddess. Are you serious?
Okay, wait, I found Sex Offender Shuffle. That's not what I'm looking for. I found a lot of video of the Super Bowl. That's not what I'm looking for. Hornet Pride Shuffle? What the fuck's going on here?
Oh, I found a Chicago Bears Super Bowl Shuffle.
Could you link me to it? Because I can't seem to find... I found a Coke commercial. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found it. Oh, it's not the video, but it's got the song. I'm just going to skip to the middle and listen to a little bit of this. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All right, moving on here. Number 24 is... I'm moving on. Number 24 is Bubba Sparks, with 3 X's at the end. Actually, I think I have heard of him because Andrew was going on about how this guy was a huge douchebag because of his album covers. He's basically a really fat white guy who's trying to be like a gangster rapper.
God.
So there you go. Number 23 is Mike Jones. It just sounds like some guy, so I don't really know who he is. That's not really a rapper name, you know?
Not really.
All right, moving on then. Number 22 is Bobby, Jimmy, and the Critters, which sounds like a doo-wop band from the 40s, so yeah. Oh, they're a parody band. Okay.
Oh, all right, well.
Yeah. They did songs like Gotta Potty, Ugly Knucklebutt, and Somebody Farted.
What?
I'm moving on here. Number 21 is Two Live Crew.
Oh, they were just...
Yeah. Number 20 is Nelly.
Oh, I hate Nelly.
He's a bastard. Number 19, this is terrible that this exists, Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks apparently rapped at one point together. Yeah. Number 18 is Chingy.
What?
Chingy, that's his rapper name. Okay, I'm just going to read what it says. It says, you know an artist is really hitting a nerve when they inspire an onslaught of negative reviews at every website you visit. The consensus seems to be this guy's beats are terrible, his lyrics are stupid, degrading, and barely literate at best. And we're guessing that came from his mom. I didn't need to read all 385 one-star reviews to be tipped off to just how much other people don't admire this man's talent. Wow.
Wow.
Sorry, Chingy. Number 17 is apparently Elvira rapped at one point.
Elvira.
In 1988, she opted for the Elvira rap, and then she made another one called the Monster rap. Wow. Yeah. Number 16, and I'm so glad these guys are on here. Number 16 is the Insane Clown Posse. They are just terrible.
Fuck the world.
No, just fuck you, man. That's what, Number 15 is the Rappin' Duke, who apparently boasts of working the mic at Ponderosa.
What?
Well, I did like their salad bar, but that's about as far as it goes. Number 14 is Master P.
Oh,
He was actually kind of famous for a while too.
yeah, he was famous. Then he went.
All he ever did was go ugh, ugh. That was his thing. Ugh,
Ugh,
yeah.
ugh.
Number 13 is Tony Yayo. I've never heard of that guy.
I guess he's just a yo-yo. I don't know.
Number 12 is Northern State, who apparently is 3 white chicks from Long Island.
What?
They're kind of cute.
Wow.
About it, though. Number 11 is Shaquille O'Neal. I don't know if you remember, he did release that rap album. He was bad, too, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 10 is Marky Mark.
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark was a joke. I'm glad he's an actor now and not defiling the music scene any longer. Number 9 is Kevin Federline. I mean, let's face it, the guy was only famous because he was banging Britney Spears.
K-Fed.
Yeah. Number 8 is, well, I kind of agree and disagree with this. Number 8 is Will Smith. I think that, like, for a while he was good, but then he had kids and he decided to go all family friendly and he wasn't funny anymore.
Yeah, he used to be good once upon a time, but, you know.
Like, remember when he was called the Fresh Prince and he did all those really funny songs in the 90s?
That was great. That was really
Sometimes great. Parents just don't understand. Remember that one?
Yes.
But, I mean, you know, I think the last really good song that he did was the original Men in Black theme.
Oh, yeah, that was actually pretty good. I remember
that. Was a pretty good song. And then after that, it just got, like, really, like, boring. So there you go. Number 7, apparently Mr. T rapped. Apparently the song was called Be Somebody or Be Somebody's Fool.
All I have going through my head is, I pity the fool, I pity the fool. That's all I got going through my head right now.
Apparently the whole song was about how you should respect your mother.
Wow.
Well, you know, he was always into, like, being, like, the educational guy and teaching kids and everything, and those kind of things are never, like, good from a musical standpoint, so.
No, it never works out the way you want it to.
Yeah. Number 6 is Fred Durst. I gotta fully agree with that.
Oh, Limp Bizkit, right?
Yeah, Limp Bizkit, exactly.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Puff Daddy. I'm glad somebody finally said it. I don't think he doesn't call himself that anymore, does he?
No, he calls himself something else.
It's Diddy now, right?
It's P. Diddy, I think.
I think he dropped the P. I think it's just Diddy.
Is it just Diddy now? Oh, all right.
It's just Diddy, yeah. Stop changing your name, asshole. Number 4 is D.D. King. Wait a minute. Wasn't he the bassist for the Ramones?
Yeah.
He was the guy at 1, 2, 3, 4. Apparently he released a rap album.
God.
Moving on. Wow. Number 3 is Brian Austin Green. Wait a minute.
Why do I know that name?
He's a guy from 90210.
He did a... Oh, I don't even want to... Yeah. Oh, my
Apparently
God.
In 1996, he released a rap album with tracks such as That's Right, featuring the Black Eyed Peas, Style Is It, Didn't Have a Clue, and Beauty and Da Beats. That last one wins for funniest title, at least.
Hell yeah. That's...
Yeah.
Wow.
Number 2 is MC Hammer. Come on, you got to give MC Hammer a pass. Back in, like, 1992, everybody
was the shit back then.
Hammer. You got to give him a pass. He may not have done much after that, but come on.
He used to shit back in the 90s, man.
Everybody liked MC Hammer. Yeah, so I don't know. And finally, number 1 is Vanilla Ice. I think we all saw that coming a mile away.
Oh, Vanilla Ice? Oh, God, yeah.
He's so bad he gave up doing rap and he tried to do reggae, and he sucked at that, too. And then he tried to do heavy metal, and he sucked at that, so there you go. You know what's funny is that, you know, like, if you watch, like, old interviews with him and, like, when he was a rapper, he talked, like, you know, like, all street tough and everything, and then you look at an interview of him from his reggae phase, and he was trying to talk like he was Jamaican, even though he's, like, the whitest motherfucker ever. So, it's He's a douche. I gotta take points off for MC Hammer. Don't belong on the list. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna use my veto power to take MC Hammer off the list, and I'm gonna put on what's that guy's name? Oh shit, Kanye West. I'm gonna put Kanye West on there instead.
Kanye West, oh definitely.
So okay, that by the way, that link you sent me doesn't work.
Oh,
okay, so we're gonna move on. Same person, Spudge the Kid sent me another website from OD.com, nothing to do with Garfield's friend. It's 12 of the weirdest eBay titles. I guess eBay auctions for really strange things. Alright, this starts at number 1, so I gotta kind of move downwards here. Okay, so these are, basically it's not just the titles, it's like 10 weird things that were sold on eBay or attempted to be sold on eBay. Number 12 is a 61-year-old grandmother.
61-year-old grandmother.
Apparently, it was a little girl. She was 10 years old. She thought it would be funny to put her grandma up on eBay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in the description, she said her grandmother is very cuddly and loves word searches. It was meant to be a joke, but eBay didn't think it was that funny, and they took it down. It did reach up to $20,000 before it got shut down, though.
That's weird.
Number 11, somebody named Melissa Huss-Shekel from Connecticut auctioned off the name of her unborn baby. So basically, whoever won got to name the baby.
That's weird.
I guess it's a good way to, because it's like some big company, and GoldenPalace.com was the winner, and they actually had to name the kid Golden Palace Benedetto, which is, I guess, not as bad as it could have been, but I guess like the $15,000 that they got would help pay for college. You know what I mean? So at least there's that. That was back in 2005, so just I wonder if that kid's changed his name yet. Yeah. And apparently, it's a girl, and she goes by Goldie, generally. So that's really not that bad. It could have turned out a lot worse. Like, imagine if it was like Howard Stern that won, and he said they had to name the kid Fartsack or something,
Fartsack.
Just because he thinks it's funny, He wouldn't do that, but imagine if somebody did that. Number 10, apparently, okay, this is interesting. I've seen this one. It's nothing more glorious than a person selling a motorcycle helmet. But there's a really funny story that goes along with it. So this is from the actual description of the item, which was a motorcycle helmet. This helmet is like brand new. I bought it for my wife, but it's too small for her big fat head. It was all a big lie right from the beginning. I asked her if she liked bikes. I've been riding since I was 9 years old. She's like, yeah, I love motorcycles. They're great. Now I'm thinking to myself, this chick's cool, she's hot, she has big boobs, and she loves motorcycles. I gotta snag this one up quick. Little did I know that as soon as I gave her the engagement ring, all that would change. First, it was a subtle hint, that the wedding is going to be expensive, that the band costs just as much as my motorcycle. With all these wedding plans going on, I hardly have time to ride my bike. I'm schlepping all over the state, looking for reception halls, listening to cheesy wedding bands, and picking out floral arrangements. She brings up the fact that I haven't ridden my bike in a while now. No kidding. She won't let me out of her sight for more than 5 minutes, and that maybe I should sell it. And that brings a whole lot of tension into the situation. I'm like, no way. And then I notice her sex life is reduced dramatically. A man has got to do what he's got to do. I sell the bike, thinking things will get better. She promises me that as soon as we get married, she'll get a good job, and then I can get another bike. We get married, we're having sex every day. Life is good. The evil one is looking for work for like 6 months. I find it hard to believe she can't find a damn job, but who am I to say? She's just holding out for that management position, she says. To be quite honest, I don't really care. She's cleaning my pipes better than Roto-Rooter. Then the kicker. She tells me she's pregnant. All the while I thought she was on the pill. I ask her how that's happened. She said the pill gave her facial hair. I really couldn't see a difference. After all, she is Italian. Fast forward, that's terrible. Fast forward 9 months, I'm out breaking my back doing manual labor. She's a big, fat, hairy-lipped beach ball with a disposition of a rabid pit bull. Nothing I say or do is good enough for her. The day she gives birth, I thought again, things will change for the better. Wrong. Now everything's about the baby. Me, I'm second fiddle. Sex life, ha. The only time I get some action is when I see her breastfeeding the little bastard. I'm going crazy. At least if I had a motorcycle, I could take out some of my frustration. Even the guys at work notice how miserable I've been. One day my partner rolls up with a brand new bike. I wanted to commit suicide. He knows how bad I wanted another bike. He sees the look in my eyes and asks me if I would like to take it out for a spin Friday night. It was truly the first time I lit up since marrying that bitch. Friday rolls around, I cash my check and head over to my partner's house. I cruise around for a while and end up at his little bar on the edge of town. I head to the bar, place my helmet on it, and order a beer. I look over and see this little hottie chatting it up with her friends. I notice the eye contact is getting more and more frequent. After a few more minutes, she walks over to me and says she just loves motorcycles. They get her excited. I ask her if she wants to go for a ride. Her beautifully full lips widen with a pearly white smile. I take that as a yes. I grab her by the hand and head off and lead her to the bike. She straps on the spare helmet that was on the bike, and away we go. We ride for hours. She taps me on the shoulder and tells me her apartment is on the next block. But I stop in for a while and have another beer. Who am I to say no? I watch her lead the way, and I can't keep my eyes off her tight little behind. I think back to the days when old hippo ass looked like this. Well, once upstairs, one beer turned into two, and so on. The next thing I know, I'm in bed with her, and she was amazing. It was the best experience I've ever had. Right then I had an epiphany. I had to be happy. I wasn't going to live a miserable existence for the rest of my life, and something had to be done. Long story short, I left my hairy beast of a wife. She's done good since I left. She remarried an appliance salesman named Harold. While I was moving out, I came across the helmet. I don't ever want to be reminded of my miserable past life, so please make a bid. I have a motorcycle payment to make. The helmet has no scratches, size medium, and I would rate it 9 out of 10. Winning bidder, PayPal only, blah, blah, blah. So it's got an interesting story behind it.
Interesting.
That is a, how when people own something really weird and you say it's a conversation piece. You know what I mean? Because it's like people ask you why do you have it. Like I would buy that, just put it on the mantle. People are like, why do you have the motor? You don't have a motorcycle. Why do you have a motorcycle helmet? And then you tell the story. It's a conversation
story
piece.
Behind that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Number 9 is a cane. It's just a cane, but they tried to play it off as a ghost grandpa cane.
A ghost grandpa cane.
Yeah, I don't know. That's apparently they tried to sell their grandfather's ghost on eBay, but eBay actually has a policy against selling spirits. They thought of everything. So they sold the cane that happens to come with a ghost. GoldenPalace.com bought it for $65,000.
For a ghost cane.
Well, they'll put it up on the wall in one of their casinos. That's what the thing is, Number 8, and believe it or not, this one is legal. This guy on eBay sold 750 grenades and a Soviet rocket launcher. Well,
damn. Who's preparing for World War III?
Well, I guess he was a collector, and then he had to get rid of it, so... he lived in the UK, and they were going to change their laws, and they no longer could keep them. It was it's a lot of World War I stuff, like really old stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then he's got some antique Belgian pistols and of course the Soviet rocket launcher, and he had to sell it all off. So, 200,000 pounds he got for that.
Oh wow, shit.
Yeah. Number 7, this one's actually common. It's a tea kettle. Of course, it has a naked dude's reflection in it when he took the picture. There's actually this whole thing called eBay porn where you take you sell something reflective and you get in the nude and you take a picture of it so that when you put it up on eBay, you see like a naked person's reflection.
That's stupid.
It's just a way of trolling eBay. It's called reflective porn. Yeah.
God.
Number 6 is a dead fairy found at a yard sale. It's basically what looks like a tiny little skeleton.
A tiny little skeleton?
It looks like it's made out of plastic. I don't know. Yeah. It looks creepy, though. Number 5 is a dried peach that looks like a vagina. I'm actually going to send you a picture of this because it actually kind of does. It's a picture.
Vagina. Holy fuck, it does look like a vagina.
Told you. Okay, I actually just got that link you sent me to work, and
have you ever seen that before? Because I haven't.
Tell him to re-download it.
He did 4 times.
Disk1.cab, though. I mean, that sounds like a Windows error.
It is apparently I went on to Microsoft.com. Apparently it is a Windows error, but
let's not go too much in this because we're still recording here.
Yeah.
Just gonna move along here.
Sorry, guys.
All right, we're just dealing with something. Number 4 is a cheating husband's used condom and his lover's panties, or as they put it in the eBay description, empty condom packet and a photo of the tart's knickers. So apparently she fell in the bed, and this was her revenge. So it's an empty condom. It's an empty condom wrapper, which she points out is size small, by the way, found in her bed after having an affair with another woman.
Size small.
Number 3 is a 10-year-old grilled cheese sandwich, which apparently has an image of the Virgin Mary on it. I personally don't see it. Let me guess. Golden Palace. Yeah, GoldenPalace.com bought that for $28,000.
That's wow.
Slam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 2, woman's virginity. This woman, Karis Copestakes, wanted to pay for college tuition. She auctioned off her virginity on eBay. I remember seeing her in a few talk shows, actually. She actually got $10,000 for it, but then the guy didn't even fuck her. He just gave her the money.
Really?
Yeah. So apparently he took pity on her whole plight of trying to pay through college and everything. He was this really rich guy, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
And number 1, somebody apparently sold The Meaning of Life on eBay, except this was a buy it now thing. You can get for $10.50. For
The Meaning of Life, really?
Apparently this guy knows the meaning of life, and for $10.50 you can get it on eBay. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I think that would probably get taken down because it's intangible. You can't sell anything that's intangible. But yeah, it's just really, really bizarre. All of these are really strange and really interesting. I got to give this a 12 out of 12.
I'm going to say the same thing, 12 out of 12. And The Meaning of Life is 42.
Well, no, that's the answer to everything.
It's true. It's true.
That's the answer to everything. Okay, moving along. Shodate sent me a bunch more lists. That's our Japanese friend. Your top 20 most influential games ever.
Yep. Okay, now we're getting into something.
See, these are all Japanese games.
Uh-huh.
Actually, number 1 is not a Japanese game, so that's interesting. But let's see. Number 20 is Nobunaga no Yabu. That's we know that one is Nobunaga's Ambition.
Yeah.
One of the original tactical games, so that is certainly an influential game. Number 19 is Rogue, the original dungeon crawler, so I could get behind that.
Definitely.
Number 18, Space Invaders, sort of the original shooter.
The granddaddy of shooters, yeah.
Shmup, yeah. Number 17, Street Fighter 2, not an original game, obviously, but it popularized fighting games. So, well, fighting games were not a big deal until Street Fighter 2 came along.
That's true. That is true.
And then it exploded, Number 16 is an interesting choice, is Spartan X.
Who?
We know that one as Kung Fu, so I guess I don't know how influential Kung Fu really is, though. It is sort of the original beat-em-up, but it wasn't that good.
Honestly, I don't think it was really that influential. Not really.
I don't know. Number 15 is, he put Colossal, but I think he means Colossal. Colossal Cave Adventure. I don't know that one.
I don't know that one either.
Number 14 is Doom, which popularized first-person shooters, although I think that he could have put... I think he could and should have put Wolfenstein 3D on there instead. Number 13 is Ys, which is sort of the popularization of the action RPG. You could have easily put Dragon Slayer there instead.
See, actually, I probably would have put Dragon Slayer there, but, whatever.
Ys, because Dragon Slayer was first, and then there was Highlight, and then there was Ys. So.
Exactly, yeah.
Number 12, The Legend of Zelda, and then there was Legend of Zelda. Number 11 is Black Onyx. Once again, an interesting choice, I would say, for Black Onyx. I don't know. What do you think? I
don't know. It's kind of...
It's just sort of like another RPG. I mean, what's so influential about it?
I honestly, I don't really see it as being like hugely insanely influential. You know what I mean?
What did Black Onyx do that other games before it didn't do? I mean,
that's the question. What did it do that was so innovative?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Number 10 is Yaya Kung Fu, which was an early fighting game. I think that it didn't really catch the way that Street Fighter 2 did, so I don't know why it's higher on the list. So that's kind of weird. Number 9 is Sangokushi, which, okay, it sounds funny.
I'm ready to laugh over here.
Sangokushi. Let's go say it one more time. Sangokushi.
It's making me giggle.
We know that one as Records of the Three Kingdoms.
Yeah, I thought that was Romance in Three Kingdoms.
It was originally Records of the Three Kingdoms. Later on, it was changed to Well, Romance of the Three Kingdoms was the novel that it was based on, and Records of the Three Kingdoms was the the historical account. And that's
okay.
Yeah, it's sort of a weird thing. Originally, the games were Record, and then it was changed to Romance.
Yeah, I never knew that. That's pretty cool.
Number 8 is Dragon Slayer. I told you that should have been on here.
Oh.
Number 7 is Sweet Home. That's sort of the original survival horror.
Let me tell you, that game's fucked up, man. It is seriously fucked up.
Number 6 is Sokoban. That's a game so old it predates video games.
Yeah.
So there you go. Number 5 is Nakayama Miho no Tokimeki High School.
You're right, exactly. Unbelievably so, yes.
Not so much here, but in Japan that is influential, sort of the original visual novel game.
Are we talking like Eroge or just like a visual novel?
A visual novel.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, Eroge is a visual novel, but that's the porn version of it.
Oh, all right.
Number 4 is Famista, which is a sort of the quintessential sports series over in Japan.
No idea. All right.
Number 3 is Portopia Renzoku Satsujin Jiken.
I absolutely agree with everything you just said.
No idea what I just said. It's sort of a visual novel mixed with an RPG. It was an NX game. It's a murder mystery thing.
Oh, all right.
Well, it's very influential. They love those murder mystery games over there. Number 2 is Dragon Quest, of course. Sort of the dawn of the turn-based JRPG.
Fucking A, man.
And number 1, the only American game on this list, but an American game that, even though it was made by Americans, created the JRPG, is Ultima 4.
Oh, Ultima 4, yeah.
Quest of the Avatar.
Hell yeah.
Because actually, Ultima 4 was really hugely popular, and Dragon Quest was a way of trying to emulate it. So that's something to think about, huh? I don't necessarily agree with everything on this list, though. I'm going to give it a 16 out of 20.
I'm going to say...
I don't get, like, Black Onyx, and I think Rogue and Space Invaders should be higher up on the list.
Yeah, I'm actually going to say 15.
15? Okay. Okay, here's a top 50 also from Shodante. It's top 50 games published or developed by his favorite developers, Square, Enix, Atlas, and Falcom.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
It's going to be just like his top 50 games, I think.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I'm going to go through this very quickly, and I'll try to translate them when I can, just off the top of my head. But some of these I'm going to know, some of these I'm not going to know. Like I said, this one I'm going to try and get through quickly, just because we have so much to get through today on List Critics. Number 50 is Mari-chan Kikipatsu, which is one of those porno games that Enix made before they were good. So I don't know why it's in there. That's really scary that he put that on there, actually. Number 49 is Jante Monogatari. I think oh God, I've heard that before. I think I know what that is, but Jante Monogatari. Isn't that also like a porno mahjong thing? All right, I'm moving on.
You said that before, but I can't remember where.
Number 48 is Door. I don't know what that is. Number 47, Romancing Saga. Number 46, Light Flipper. Number 45, Princess Crown. Have you ever heard of that one, Tanya?
No.
Princess Crown, it was a Saturn game. It was the original game in the series that later became Odin Sphere and Muramasa.
Oh, I had no idea.
Matter of fact, Odin Sphere was originally going to be Princess Crown 2 before they changed the name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Number 44 is Koi Ha Balance, which I don't know what that is. Number 43 is Fushigi Natabi. I don't know that one. Number 42 is Xanadu Scenario 2, The Resurrection of Dragon. Number 41, Lovely Asuka. Number 40, Dragon Slayer. Number 39, Virtual Hydlide. I don't know about that one, dude. 38 is Jante Monogatari 3, Saver Angel. Number 37 is Okhotsk Nikiyu Hokkaido Rensa Satsujin Jiken.
Is your mouth after that?
I think I just literally twisted my tongue. That's one of those mystery things. Number 36 is Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride. Number 35 is Chikyu Senshi Raiza. I have no idea there. Number 34, Dragon Buster. Number 33 is Nansatsu Kaze no Shima Monogatari. Number 32 is Star Trader. Number 31 is Bahamut Lagoon. And number 30 is also Bahamut Lagoon. So he put it twice, and they're right next to each other. What are you doing there, dude?
Cardinal Rule.
They're right next to each other. It's not like, they're far apart. Number 29 is Brave Fencer Musashi. It's got an underrated title there. Number 27 is Azteca 2 Templo del Sol. It's interesting that he uses the Spanish name there. Number 26, Dragon Slayer 6. I believe that one is the one called The Legend of Heroes. Number 25 is Anjirasu Akuma no Fukuyen, which sounds funny. Number 24, Jack Brothers no Meru di Hiho. That's probably the only Virtual Boy game on this list.
Wow.
That's and it's also the only game that was developed by Atlas for the Virtual Boy.
Oh, wow.
I've actually played it. It's not that bad. Number 23 is Popful Mail. Number 22 is Sakaigi, I guess. Number 31, Star Ocean. Number 20, Terranigma. Number 19, Portopia Renzoku Satsujin Jiken. Number 18, Final Fantasy Tactics. Number 17, Front Mission 2. Number 16, Eio Densitsu Akai Shizuku. Why do I feel like I should know what that is?
It sounds familiar.
It's Nihon Falcom. I know that much. What is? Oh, that's part of the Legend of Heroes series, the Gargov trilogy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Number 15 is Gokitsuji Ichizoku. It's Japanese. I'm not going to say all that. Number 14 is Megami Ibiroku Persona Be Your True Mind. Obviously, it's part of Persona. Number 13 is The Old Village Story, which I've never heard of. It's an Atlas game. I just got an IM from some person I've never heard of. It says, "You the guy on YouTube?"
No, you're not.
I guess I am. Number 12 is Makitoshi Saga. We know that one as Romancing Saga. Number 11, Revival Xanadu. Number 10, Final Fantasy IV. Number 9, Chrono Trigger. Number 8, Shin Megami Tensei. Number 7, Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga 2. Number 6, Dragon Slayer 7 Lord Monarch. There's an obscure one. Number 5, East 5 Expert. Number 4, Final Fantasy 6. Number 3, Dragon Slayer 5 Sorcerian. Number 2, Dragon Slayer 4 Drazzle Family. We know that one is Legacy of the Wizard. And number 1, it's always number 1 on his list, is Dragon Quest 3. So there you go. Now, he also sent me his top 100 Famicom games.
Oh, wow.
You know what? We're going to go ahead and save that one for the next time.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Because we have, like I said, we have so much to go through. We basically got 3 months of stuff to go through, and that's a top 100 list. And it seems like an interesting one because he always talks a lot about PlayStation and Super NES stuff, so it'll be interesting to see that. But I'm going to... number 1's going to be Dragon Quest 3 anyway, so I'm just going to skip that for now. We'll come back to that one.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Splashfire Zero X sent me his top 10 favorite Wii games out of his collection.
Ah, okay.
Interesting. Just glancing at it, it looks like he needs to buy a few more Wii games.
Oh, boy.
Number 10 is D-Blob.
What?
Kind of lame there, dude. Kind of lame. Number 9 is The Conduit. I have The Conduit. It's pretty good. Number 8 is Kirby's Epic Yarn. I have to agree with that one. Kirby's Epic Yarn was cool as hell.
Hell yeah.
Number 7 is New Super Mario Brothers Wii. That's a good one.
Okay.
Number 6 is Super Mario Galaxy. Okay.
Well,
I mean, that's
okay.
awesome. Number 5 is Rhythm Heaven Fever, to which I have
Huh?
to say, really? Really?
Huh?
Really?
Really?
Rhythm Heaven Fever? What are you thinking? All right. I guess he doesn't have that many. These are probably the only 10 games he has for the Wii. That's... number 4 is, really, though, above Super Mario Galaxy? All right, I'm going to move on before I rage out. Number 4 is Wii. Number 3 is Kirby's Return to Dreamland, which I haven't gotten the chance to play yet. Number 2...
Oh, I haven't.
All right, now come on. This is the third list that is on this. Number 2 is Super Mario Galaxy. I assume one of these is Super Mario Galaxy and the other is meant to be Galaxy 2, but he didn't actually put the number 2 on either of them. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that this is 2.
Yeah, I would say it's 2, yeah.
Yeah, because 2 was better. And his number 1 favorite game is Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Awesome. Yeah.
First game I had for... No, actually, it wasn't the first game I had for the Wii. First game I had for the Wii was... well, I bought a bunch of games at once. It was Wario Land Shake It, and also... I'm not counting Wii Sports, obviously, it comes with it. And also I bought Castlevania Judgment, and then after that was Brawl. All right, out of 10, I'm going to give this like a 5, to be honest.
I'll give him a benefit of a doubt for one of them and say 6.
I mean, but like how many games should be on there that aren't? You know what I mean? Like Mario Kart Wii, I mean, it's fun and everything, but really? I mean, Rhythm Heaven Fever?
Rhythm Heaven Fever.
Even the Conduit, which I thoroughly enjoyed, I don't think is top 10 material, Like even with the huge amount of Mario games, he puts like weird one. He puts the Mario the racing one, but like not like Super Paper Mario. And that's why I said these are just out of what he owns. I think he needs to buy some more.
He needs to get the happy ones on there. Yeah.
Hey, just hold on one second. I got to type back to this guy. He's asking me a question.
Okay.
Okay, he also sent me his top 10 favorite South Park characters.
Oh, well, okay.
Who's your favorite South Park character, Tanya, other than Cartman?
I was going to say Cartman. Other than Cartman?
Yeah. Cartman's number 1 for everybody.
Kenny?
I like Kenny, but I think out of recent, it's got to be Randy.
Oh, you like Randy?
He just cracks me up. Okay, so let's see. Number 10 is... Oh, well, okay, fail right away. Number 10 is Towley.
Oh, Towley's the worst character.
He's supposed to be terrible, too. I mean, like, remember the first episode he appeared in? And at the end, Cartman says, "You're the worst character ever." And he's like, "I know."
Yeah, he is, too. He really is the worst character.
And, like, that episode was okay, but then there was, like, the Million Little Fibers thing where he was, like, writing a book. That was awful.
I couldn't even watch it. It was...
Towley sucks.
Yeah.
Number 9 is Tweak. Once again, Tweak sucks, man. Nobody likes Tweak.
I don't like
Tweak. They tried to make him, like, the 4th kid. They tried to make him, like, a major character. It didn't last very long.
No, it didn't.
I remember Cartman said something to him. He's like, "This really isn't working out, Tweak. People don't like you. They think you're annoying." Number 7 is... oh, and I'm sorry, I skipped one. Number 8 is Chef. Chef was cool back in the day, but he's not around anymore, so I guess that's sort of a legacy character there. Number 7, the City Walk guy. He has a name, is Luke Kim.
Yeah, Luke, I like him. He's pretty cool.
Or actually, that's not even his real name. So
No, he's multiple personalities, so yeah.
Dr. Janice, yeah. Number 6 is Jimmy. Jimmy's an asshole.
I don't like Jimmy.
I like the voice, but that's about it. Number 5 is Stan. They've kind of made Stan into a douche recently, too, if you noticed.
Yeah, with the whole,
He's increasingly self-centered as it goes along.
Yeah.
I kind of dug that episode. Remember that episode with Kenny and Butters going to Florida?
Oh, God, that was great.
In the beginning, Butters just went on off a rampage and told everybody what was their problem. I thought that was great.
No, not Florida. It was Hawaii.
Did I say Florida?
You said Florida, yeah.
What's wrong with me? Well, you knew what I meant, but Wow, Florida. That's not even close.
It's okay.
Number four is Butters. Finally, something I can get behind. Butters is awesome.
Butters is great. I love
He's
Butters.
a character. Number three, Mr. Garrison. I mean, he's been through like a million different phases, but always funny.
He's always been funny, but honestly, I don't think he's that great, though.
Well, he's been pushed into the background now, so that's probably why you're thinking that, because he hasn't been used in so long. Because they did the whole thing where he was sort of the character that, like, obviously was gay, but never said it, and then he was, like, anti-gay, even though he was obviously gay. Then he finally admitted and came out, so then he was a gay guy, he came out of the closet as a gay guy. But then he becomes a woman. So then he's
a lesbian woman.
So then he's into chicks again, and then he's a dude so now he's like sort of come full circle where he's just like a straight guy who acts gay.
It's really weird.
But yeah, they pushed him into the background though. He is not a major character anymore. Number two is Randy. Let's face it, I gotta agree with that. Randy's awesome.
Randy is awesome.
Do I even have to tell you that number one is Cartman? I mean,
come on. Cartman's man.
I don't agree with the list in general. I mean, I agree with the top two, but other than that, I mean, Jimmy's an asshole. I would have not put Towley or Tweak on there.
No, definitely not.
Maybe if I was putting my 10 least favorites. But these are his favorites, so I can't fault him too much. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
I'm going to say a 5.
Okay. Mystic Melodics. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Majestic Melodics is a new name here, and he has sent me his top 10 favorite movies.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, that's okay. I love how his name is Majestic Melodics, right? And then he's, I know my name is misspelled. Well, I don't know. What is it supposed to be?
Okay.
Like, it's your name. You decide how to spell it.
Right.
Anyway, these are my 10 favorite movies. Number 10 is Scream. Really?
Scream?
Scream? I mean, it was good, but really? Top 10? Okay. If you say so.
If you say.
I don't know. I haven't seen this one. Maybe you have 7 pounds.
7 pounds?
Yeah, I don't know that one.
I don't know that one either.
It was Will Smith, wasn't it? Something with
I think so.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, so I don't really know much about it. Number 8, this is a good one, Slumdog Millionaire. That was a good movie.
Oh, that was a good movie, yeah.
Number 7, Field of Dreams. That was a good one, a little overrated, but still a good movie.
I have to agree, yeah.
Number 6 is Crazy Heart. I don't know that one.
What?
That's Crazy Heart. Yeah, it sounds like a song or something.
Never saw it.
It's apparently Crazy Heart is a movie with Jeff Bridges as a country singer. So there you go.
And that's probably why I never saw it.
So yeah, there you go, right? Number 5 is the Expendables, which, let's face it, that was a badass movie.
It was badass.
Number 4, wow, that's like the opposite of the Expendables, is Legends of the Fall.
Oh, how about a chick flick? Damn.
Yeah, that is the exact polar opposite of the Expendables.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if the Expendables was New York City, Legends of the Fall would be Pluto.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying it's a pretty wide range of taste he has. Number 3 is Forrest Gump. That's a classic.
Classic, yeah.
Can't go wrong there. Number 2, excellent movie, is Inception.
Oh, Inception.
Absolutely brilliant film. And number 1, I'm sad to say, I knew most of these, but number 1, I've never heard of this movie, The Blind Side.
And I never heard of it either.
I'm looking it up now. It came out in 2009. Wow, once again, this is like the polar opposite of Inception. Apparently, it's sort of this guy who was he wanted to be a football player, and now he's like a homeless guy, and I guess his mom is Sandra Bullock or something.
What?
Yeah, Tim McGraw plays this guy who wants to play football, and his mom is Sandra Bullock, and I guess it's like a feel-good kind of thing.
Weird. I never even heard of it.
You know, I'm going to quote, not Scream, I'm going to quote Scream 2 from the beginning of it. Nobody wants to see movies with Sandra Bullock unless she gets naked.
True that.
And even that, and let's face it, it's like 5 years too late for that anyway, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm going to have to take his word for it on some of these, and I kind of, like, I am taking his word for it because the movies that I do know that he's listed are all very good. So yeah. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm going to say the same thing. 8 out of 10.
Okay, you got 2 8s there. Okay, Z Hero 97 sent me a list. Top 20 video game songs.
Oh, I love me some video game songs.
Oh, this does sound interesting. I'm taking a look here. Oh no, this is gonna suck.
Oh no, don't say that. Oh boy.
Okay, yeah, this isn't really the no. See, this is the top 20 licensed songs used in video games.
Ah.
So there you go. That's completely different.
Ah.
These are all songs that existed before the game and then were licensed for these games. If Rob's Dragula is on here, I may shit bricks. Okay, I'm just going to go through it really quickly because I don't think either is all that interested in this. But number 20 is Goldfinger's Superman, which was used in Tony Hawk Pro Skater along with a bunch of other shitty indie rock punk bullshit songs. Number 19, Primus, Jerry was a race car driver. That was used also in Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Number 18 is M4 Part 2 by Fonts. That was used in Mass Effect 2. Number 17 is Believe by The Bravery. That was used in Madden 08. Number 16 is Riders on the Storm, which not the Doors version, but the Snoop Dogg version. For Need for Speed Underground 2. I actually kind of want to hear Snoop Dogg doing Riders on the Storm because it would be very funny to me. I mean, I like Snoop Dogg, and I like the Doors, but they are completely different. There's really no similarities at all. Number 15, The Walkmen's There Goes My Baby. That was used in Stubbs the Zombie. For a top 20 list, it doesn't need to be separated into 5 separate pages, too. I just want to say that. Golden Ages TV on the Radio is number 14. That was in MLB 09, the show. Number 13 is Don't You Eva by Spoon. That was in MLB 09, the show. Number 12 is Song 2 by Blur, which was in FIFA 98 and about every other sports game in the late 90s. Number 11 is My Adidas by Run DMC. That was in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Okay, I got to call bullshit on that. I have to stop and call bullshit on that, Tanya. If you're going to include any Run DMC song from a video game, why not It's Tricky from SSX Tricky?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
At least that one made sense. All right, number 10 is Blitzkrieg Bop from the Ramones. That was in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Number 9 is Move by Miles Davis. That was used in Grand Theft Auto 4. Number 8 is Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. That was used in Tony Hawk's Underground 2. I believe it was also in one of the Guitar Hero games. Number 7 is The Message by Grandmaster Flash. That was used in Scarface, The World Is Yours. Gotta go to another page. Number 6 is Running Down a Dream by Tom Penny. That was used in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Number 5 is Ain't Nothing But a J-Thang by Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. That was in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Number 4 is Beyond the Sea by Bad Bobby Darin. That was used in Bioshock. That one actually belongs on here because it fit the whole vibe, Plus it's on the sea, it's underwater. Most of these are just random, Mm-hmm. Number 3 is I Ran So Far Away by a Flock of Seagulls from Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I'll agree with that one too, because that's like quintessential 80s there. Number 2 is Far Away by Jose Gonzalez for Red Dead Redemption. Okay. Actually, was that made for the game, or?
I think it was actually made for the game.
Yeah, I think that one, I think that was actually written for Red Dead Redemption. I could be wrong on that. And number 1, Still Alive by Jonathan Coulton for Portal. That was also made for the game. So it's sort of a really weird, over-the-top list that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
These are random licensed games. Some of them are licensed games that make sense in context, and some of them, the top 2, were made for the game. There's really nothing on this list that... it's sort of all over the place. I got to give it a 1.
I almost want to say NA for me, but I'll give it a 1 anyway, but yeah.
Uber McPhailsauce sent me his he sent me a couple of lists, but this is a really fast one here. No, actually, it's just the one. What is this list supposed to be? I don't have a title to it. Oh, here it is. It's his underrated superheroes list.
Okay.
Okay, so it's top 5, so it's real quick. Number 5 is the Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Is he really that? I mean, maybe he would have underrated back when he was created, but well, he was created as a villain, but he's a guy who had his own successful series. He was a member of the Fantastic Four. I can't really say he's that underrated now.
At least not anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 4, Captain Marvel, the DC version. The Shazam guy. I gotta agree with that.
Yeah.
Number 3, Colossus. I guess from the X-Men.
Colossus is not underrated.
Plus, he sucks. I mean, he's metal. Big deal.
Ooh, I metal.
Yeah. Number two, and this guy actually, I agree with number 2 and number 1 are both really, really quintessential underrated superheroes. Number 2 is Aquaman.
Oh, Aquaman, definitely.
Still trying to convince people that Aquaman is good. Actually, I think the new Aquaman series is convincing a lot of people that Aquaman is good. But still there's a lot of people who think of him as the schmuck from Super Friends who couldn't do anything unless there was water around.
Super.
Yeah. Super Friends did a lot to damage his reputation.
So bad.
And number 1, and I fully agree with the number 1 underrated superhero being the Martian Manhunter.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a biggie.
Okay, out of 5, I'm going to give it a 4.
I'm going to say 4. Yeah, same thing.
4 makes sense. Here's something from Sponge the Kid. It's top 5 worst things to do a porn parody on, but somebody did it anyway. He doesn't give any information on the actual porn parodies, but apparently I'm going to take his word for it. Number 5 is E.T. Actually, wait, I've heard of that. It's called E3, the extra testicle. Yeah. And surprisingly, it's not a gay porn. Yeah. Number 4, okay, you can't have a tie. That's worse than putting something on the list twice. You can't have a tie. Pick one. He has a tie between Katy Perry and Lady Gaga. Okay, first of all, how do you do a parody of a singer as a porn?
I don't know.
Secondly, well, I can't speak much for Lady Gaga, but Katy Perry's hot, so I would want to see porn related to her.
Yeah. She's got nice...
She's got an epic rack.
She does. She really does.
Number 3, and I do have to agree, this is a terrible idea, and I know it's been done, is The Simpsons. Number 2, apparently there are porno parodies of the freecreditreport.com commercials.
What?
That is a terrible idea.
It's a horrible idea.
And the number 1 horrible idea to do a porn parody on, but apparently somebody did it, is Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, give me a fucking break, man.
I can't. Other than the fact that he put a tie on here, I gotta knock a point off for that, but I gotta give him a 4 out of 5, because everything else is just a terrible, terrible thing.
Absolutely agree. Yeah.
All right, next up is a list from White Mage of Cornelia. And this list was made by Tog Reviews on YouTube. He kindly wrote it out for us so we don't have to watch a video, because we don't do that. Top 10 PlayStation RPGs that are better than Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, I like this list already.
It's interesting because Final Fantasy VII was a great game, but it was insidiously overrated. It's not the best game of all time. It's not the best RPG of all time.
It is a great game, it has a good story, but it is not the best game of all time.
Right off the bat, Tanya, this list fails miserably.
Uh-oh.
Because number 10 is Final Fantasy VIII.
What the fuck?
Final Fantasy VIII was awful.
The fuck?
Wow. The only way that it's better is the graphics.
That's the only way. Yeah.
Everything else about it, the music, the story, the plot, the characters, the gameplay, 7 was better. Especially
the gameplay. Oh my god.
Oh, the gameplay. Well, the gameplay was the worst thing about 8. Wow, okay. Number 9, Legend of Legaia. Legend of Legaia was a really cool, underrated RPG. I don't know that it was better than Final Fantasy VII, though.
Having beaten both games, I can honestly say that Final Fantasy VII is better in terms of story and in terms
Yeah.
of,
It's just a more polished game.
Yeah, it just is.
Number 8, I do agree with number 8, Star Ocean, the second story.
Oh, hell, definitely.
Definitely better than Final Fantasy VII. Number 7 is Suikoden. That's a matter of taste.
Actually, I have to disagree with that one.
I think it's a matter of taste, but I personally prefer Final Fantasy VII or Suikoden.
I prefer 7 as well, so yeah.
Number 6 is Grandia. I will agree that Grandia is comparable. I don't know if I would say that it's better.
I would say that Grandia...
I would say Grandia 2 is better.
I was going to say, actually, Grandia 2 would be a lot better.
Since it's a PlayStation list, you put... Yeah, so I don't know about that one.
I don't know. That's up in the air, yeah.
Number 5, I will agree on this one, is Valkyrie Profile.
I'm actually going to say something I never told anybody. I've never played that game.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say you hated it or something.
No, I've never played it, and I want to play it. I've never played it.
It's a cool game. You should check it out. Sorry, I just accidentally hit the microphone there. Number 4, I do disagree with this to an extent, is Legend of Dragoon. Legend of Dragoon had a lot of potential, but it was just too long and too repetitive.
Especially the library, and that's all I'm going to say.
Fucking library. Also, I would say that Legend of Dragoon is better than Final Fantasy VIII, which it came out at the same time as 8. So I will say.
Yeah.
Number 3, I will somewhat agree with this, even though I think they're so different from each other that it's sort of unfair to compare them, is Parasite Eve.
It is very different, but
Parasite... It's sort of apples and oranges,
But I have to say, though, from my own standpoint, I do prefer Parasite Eve over Final Fantasy VII.
Number 2 is Chrono Cross. I couldn't agree with that more.
Masterpiece versus not masterpiece, absolutely.
And finally, and I know we're going to differ on this, but number 1 is Xenogears. I hate it, love it. You probably like it better than Final Fantasy VII. I would rather play Final Fantasy VIII than play Xenogears.
I would rather play Xenogears than even Final Fantasy IX. I'd rather play Xenogears.
Now that's blasphemy.
I love Xenogears. I really do.
Okay. This is a terrible list, though.
It is not a good list.
I think there's only two things on here that we both agree definitely belong on here is Chrono Cross and Star Ocean.
Yeah.
You know what's missing? Final Fantasy Tactics.
I was just going to say.
Final
Fantasy IX.
Dragon Quest VII.
Dragon Quest VII.
I mean, what the hell's going on?
What the hell? Yeah, what the fuck? Breath of Fire 3.
Yeah, both Breath of Fire games could easily be better than Final Fantasy VII, I think, but 4 especially for the storyline. But, I mean, wow, really? What's going on?
This is some major glaring going on over here, you know what I mean?
The fact that Final Fantasy VIII is on the list at all just pretty much proves the person doesn't know what they're talking about.
You cannot have... Okay, I'm just going to put this out there to everybody. You cannot have Final Fantasy VIII on a list of anything better than anything. It sucks.
I would have it called Xenogears. No, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10.
I'm going to say 2.
I'm going to you to say 2? Okay. All right. He also sent me his top 50 favorite songs, not video game songs, just songs. This is going to be a rough one, Tanya.
Uh-oh.
Well, actually, he's got he's got like 1 or 2 video game songs on here, but this is just a lot of crap. So, well, I'm just warning you. All right, I'm going to do them just all at once. Just go through it. Feel free to comment if you want to. Number 50, Fell in Love with a Girl by the White Stripes. I mean, right from the bat, that's just let's start off bad, right?
Cool.
Number 49, Weapon of Choice by Fatboy Slim. Number 48, Jumper by Third Eye Blind. I mean, it's catchy, but that's about it. Number 47, Too Close by Alex Clare. Number 46, Down with the Sickness by Disturbed. Yeah, I know it launched them into fame, but it's not exactly their proudest moment as far as I'm concerned. Number 45, Better Man by Pearl Jam. Even the band hates that song.
Mm-hmm.
They hate it. They hate playing it. They hate hearing it on the radio. Number 44, All I Really Want by Alanis Morissette. Number 43, Private Helicopter by Harvey Danger. Number 42, Jump Around by House of Pain. Number 41, Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi. So, I mean, there's a few good ones in here. Number 40, Rock Casbah by The Clash. That's a good song. Number 39, Iron Man by Black Sabbath. That's a good one.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Number 38, and maybe you can help me out. I never know how to pronounce the name of this band. Kids by is it MGMT, or are you supposed to say it a different way?
Yeah, actually, I say it like that.
Okay, so I don't know how the fans say it, you know.
Right.
Number 37, Are You Going to Be My Girl by Jet. No. And no. Number 36 is I Love Minorities by Rucka Rucka Ali. The hell is that? Number 35 is Crazy by Gnarls Barkley. Number 34, Smooth by Santana. That had Rob Thomas in it as well. It was a pretty good song. Number 33, Kokoro Odoru from Nobody Knows Plus. I don't know what the hell that is. Number 32, and he seriously put this on the list, Fuck the Police by NWA.
Wow.
Yeah. Number 31, here's a good one, Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin. Number 30, Land of Confusion by Genesis, also a good song. Number 29, Ill Mind of Hobson 4 by Hobson. I don't even know what that is. Number 28, Brain Stew by Green Day. It's a weird choice. Number 27, He's a Mental Giant by Tech 9. Number 26, Ain't No Thang by Outkast. Really? Number 25, We Belong Together by Mariah Carey. Well, one of these things is not like the other. Number 24, okay, see, I got excited at first because it says The Pretender, but it's not Jackson Browne, it's the Foo Fighters. Number 23 is When the Shit Goes Down by Cypress Hill. Not Insane by the Membrane, huh? Number 22 is Polka Power by Weird Al Yankovic. Okay, here's a good one. Number 21, Need You Tonight by In Excess. 20 is Big Balls by AC/DC. It's a funny song. I don't know if it's like really good, but it's a funny song. Number 19 is Fly by Sugar Ray. Number 18 is Feel Good Inc. by the Gorillaz. Number 17, Bullet with Butterfly Wings by the Smashing Pumpkins. They should be smashed. Number 16 is In One Ear by Cage the Elephant. Number 15 is Wind Scene from Chrono Trigger.
What?
It's a Chrono Trigger, one of the Chrono Triggers. Wind Scene, though. I don't know which song that is.
Which one's that again?
Wind Scene. Oh, that's probably when after you beat the Masamune and you get lifted up on the wind. You know, in the Donadero Mountains.
Oh, okay.
Number 14 is Freedom at 21 by Jack White. Yeah, he's white, all right. Number 13, In Bloom by Nirvana. That's okay. Number 12, Gold on the Ceiling by the Black Keys. And then randomly, in the middle of this, number 11, In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins.
What?
Let's face it, though, everybody likes that song. Even if they say they don't, they do. Number 10 is Tongue Tied by Group Love. I'm sure Phil Collins loves being smushed between the Black Keys and Group Love. Number 9, Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Once again, that's a funny song, but I don't know about top 10 material. Number 8 is Heart's a Mess by Gautier. Number 7, Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. Number 6, So What Ya Want by the Beastie Boys. I'll admit I like that one. Number 5, Love Roller Coaster by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You're going to pick any Red Hot Chili Peppers, and you pick them covering a disco song. Da fug.
The fuck?
Number 4 is Walking on the Sun by Smash Mouth. Number 3 is E-Pro by Beck. Number 2 is Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me by U2, a song so bad it wasn't even on any of their albums. And finally, his favorite song of all time, Self-Esteem by The Offspring.
Uh-huh.
Is this guy for real?
I hope not. Because that's...
Oh, Age of Cornelia, I'm sorry to say I don't really agree with the majority of your list.
I have to say...
Your favorite songs, and I can't really... I mean, this is what you like. You know, it's not saying they're the best songs of all time, so I'm a little lenient. But out of 50, I'm going to give you a 17.
I'm going to say 15, because no.
Sorry.
Sorry.
The list, though. Remember the Moogle Master was sending us the Nintendo Power lists.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Wait, if you're hearing this, the final issue of Nintendo Power is out. If you want to own a piece of history. Have you seen the cover of it, Tanya?
I did, actually. Yeah, I got to see the cover of it.
I actually thought that was a really cool idea.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I mean, obviously they're Mario Wii U, but also not only sort of a redux version of the original cover of the very first issue of Nintendo Power, but you notice they added the flagpole on the side.
Yes, that was really cool.
That's a nice touch, yeah, because it's like the end, All right, but so here is, according to Nintendo Power, the top 20 Game Boy Advance games and also GameCube he has here. So let's see, the Game Boy Advance games. Number 20, Wario Land 4, so we're starting off good.
Okay.
Number 19, Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Number 18, Mario Golf Advance Tour.
Whatever.
Number 17, Golden Sun: The Lost Stage. Can suck my fucking cock, and it sucks. Number 16, Mega Man 02. It's interesting that they singled out number 2 there.
Weird.
Number 15 is Fire Emblem. Japanese, that one as Fire Emblem 6, I think, but we know it is just Fire Emblem. Number 14, Mega Man and Bass, which was really just a touched-up Super NES game, but I digress. Number 13, Golden Sun. Ugh, I hate that they had to split it into 2 so that it could take up 2 spots on this list. Number 12, Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. I hope that's not a legal Castlevania game on here, though. If Aria of Sorrow's not on here, I may fuck a bitch.
I may fuck a bitch.
Like in the tear duct.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, skull fuck. It's all right. Number 11, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire version. It's not personally my thing, but whatever. I understand why it's on there. Number 10, Advance Wars. Let's face it, Advance Wars rocked.
Hell yeah.
Number 9, Metroid Fusion. That was a killer game.
Yes.
Number 8. Now this is number 8. I'm glad Nintendo Power took the time to recognize this title. Very underrated, very little known title called Drill Dozer for Game Boy Advance. If you ever play it, it's fun as hell.
Never played it.
It's an action game. It's very fun. You play as like this little. It almost looks like a Powerpuff Girl type of thing, but she's got this huge drill, and it's all about drilling through enemies and drilling through the floor. And it's really fun. Number 7, Gunstar Superheroes. I've always preferred the original Genesis version, but that was a cool one.
Okay.
Number 6, WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games. Classic.
Classic.
Number 5, Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap.
Awesome.
It was good. I don't know that it's number 5, but all right. Number 4, Astro Boy Omega Factor. See, I think Astro Boy is like the douchiest thing ever, but that's a fun game.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. Number 3, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. That was a good one.
Yeah, it was all right.
Number 2, Castlevania Aria of Sorrow.
There you go.
Is it not number 1? Let's see, because number 1 makes no sense. Number 1 is Metroid Zero Mission. Really?
What?
I liked Metroid Zero Mission, but really? That's number 1?
You know what? I see a glaring...
Stop. Well, I guess they did, but... this thing on this list. Let's see, is the veto power to take both Golden Sun games off the list and put, I don't know, Final Fantasy VI?
How about Final Fantasy VI Advance, Final Fantasy IV Advance?
I don't know. Just saying,
Where were these games? What the fuck?
Overall, it's a good list, though.
Good.
Just a few glaring errors. Out of 20, I'm going to give it we'll give it a 14. I'm going to give it.
I'm going to say 13.
Okay, so pretty much an agreement there.
Yeah.
GameCube. According to Nintendo Power, the top 20 GameCube games. Number 20, Super Monkey Ball. It's interesting because it seems like kind of a nothing title now, but I remember when I first got it, I played the shit out of it.
Same here.
Yeah, I'm glad they put that on there. Number 19, Animal Crossing. Not personally my thing, but whatever.
Not my thing.
Number 18, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. Yeah.
Whatever.
No. Number 17, it may be a redressed Dreamcast title, but it deserved it. Skies of Arcadia Legends. Excellent RPG.
Hell fucking yes.
Number 16, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. That was a good one. Number 15, Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. I don't like Metal Gear, but I understand why it's on there. So, oh, I just fell asleep for a second there. Okay. Number 14, Luigi's Mansion. It's so funny. Luigi's Mansion got shit on when it was released, and now, years later, everyone knows it's a classic.
It's a cult. It's a cult classic, yeah.
Crazy. Number 13, what the hell is this doing on the list? Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.
What?
I mean, that's sort of a B-list platformer. It's not bad, but it's like, really? Are you kidding me?
It's not good, I can tell you that much.
It's average.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, it's just a fully, like, average game. Number 12 is... Alright, that's weird. Number 12, Mario Kart Double Dash. A lot of people kind of ragged on that one, but let me tell you, cooperative multiplayer is a lot more fun than you would think it is.
I only played a little bit, so I can't really tell you.
If you play with somebody else that's kind of good at it as you are, then you have a lot of fun doing it. Number 11, Beyond Good and Evil, highly underrated game there.
Hell yeah.
Number 10, Beautiful Joe. I played the shit out of Beautiful Joe when I got that one.
Oh, that was a great game. Great game.
Number 9, Resident Evil Remake. Absolutely. That and I got to say, graphically, that was the game that sort of got a lot of people's attention to the GameCube, because it was a game that would not have been possible on PlayStation 2.
Oh, absolutely not possible. No, it's great.
Number 8, we both like this one quite a lot. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door.
Oh, one of my personal favorites. Love that game.
Still my favorite Paper Mario game. I have played through Super Paper Mario, and it was good, and I'm currently playing through Sticker Star, and it's a lot of fun, but Thousand-Year Door remains to be my favorite in that series.
Oh, yes.
Number 7, Pikmin. I love Pikmin.
Pikmin's awesome.
I hope to see Pikmin 2 on the list, but I don't think it's on here. Number 6, Super Mario Sunshine. Underrated, really. A lot of people, oh, it's different, I don't like it. You know what? Fuck you.
I don't like how you fight the last boss, and that's all I'm going to say.
Really? I thought that was a huge improvement over like Super Mario 64, where the last boss is just the same as the first boss and the second boss.
It didn't grab me.
Yeah. Number 5, Soul Calibur 2, another game that I played the shit out of.
I must have played that in the arcades and on that system probably like forever. Seriously.
The GameCube had the best version. I hate to say it, but the GameCube had the best version. The PlayStation 2 couldn't keep up with the frame rate, and the Xbox, the colors were kind of like washed out.
Yeah, for some reason the GameCube version was the best version.
Unusual, because you'd expect the Xbox version to be a little better. Number 4, Metroid Prime. Gotta agree with that.
Yeah.
Number 3, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Probably put more hours into that than any other game on the GameCube.
Yeah.
Number 2, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I'm shocked it's not number 1.
It should be number 1.
Number 1's Resident Evil 4. I can't.
Oh, well, yeah.
I can't really I could disagree with the order. I could say that should be number 2 and Zelda should be number 1, but those pretty much are the top 2 GameCube games.
Resident Evil 4.
I think out of all the other... Okay, Billy Hatcher aside, because that doesn't belong on here. This is the best of all the Nintendo Power lists.
I'd have to say that is probably the best one.
We had major issues. Like, even some of these games that I don't like Metal Gear Solid, I don't like it, but I can understand why it's on there.
Yeah, me too. I can understand why.
But I don't understand why Billy Hatcher's on there. So I'm going to give it a 19 out of 20.
I'm going to say the same thing.
And it was the Moogle Master who was sending us all these Nintendo Power lists. He also sent us a list of his own. The top 10 worst games he's ever played.
Oh, wow, this should be interesting. Okay.
Number 10 is Jaws for NES. Now, he hasn't played that many games, if that's in the top 10 worst he's ever played.
It's not a great game, but yeah, whatever.
Jaws is never going to be considered a classic, but well, not the game at least. But the worst thing that it does is that it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
It's not offensive. Number 9, this one's offensive. Bubsy he writes it as Bubsy the goddamn Bobcat.
That was such a horrid game.
I get people that defend it. I don't get that.
Ugh.
Like I did the video where and I think I did Bubsy 2 and 3 as well, and I get people that defend them. I don't get that really.
It's a horrible game.
He doesn't mention which version he played. I mean, it was on Super NES and Genesis. I don't think it matters.
No.
For 8, Menace Beach, that was on the NES, and that one was bad.
I never played that.
Did you play Sunday Funday? It's the same fucking game.
Oh yeah, I did play that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the same exact game, except instead of the thing where he's imagining his Sunday school teacher, it's like his girlfriend yelling at him, and I guess she gets like more and more naked as the game goes by until like at the end she's in her bra and panties.
Ooh.
But nobody would, yeah, ooh, yeah, 8-bit softcore porn. Nobody would ever get that for because the game is fucking impossible. Number 7 is called Cyborg Hunter. Have you played?
Well, I remember that game.
Maybe I have played it. I don't know. I played so many like random bad games for YouTube. I'm looking it up right now. Well, I guess it was on the Master System, huh?
It sucked.
I'll take it for it.
It really sucked.
Just looking at some gameplay right now, and yeah, it looks bad.
It sucked.
I'll say. Number 6 is Ghostbusters, the NES version.
It was a shitload of fuck.
Yeah, I had that one, but I didn't. Not on the NES. I had the PC version, which was actually playable.
Yeah.
It was playable. Yeah, NES version was bad though. You know what other version was actually playable was the Master System one, surprisingly.
The Master System actually was looking pretty good.
Yeah. Number 5 is Raid 2020. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that speedboat game, Raid 2020?
I was just gonna say the same thing, but am I wrong? Or
No, it's not. It's not. I just looked it up. I'm thinking of something else. Raid 2020 is. I have played this too on YouTube. It's another Color Dreams game, just like Menace Beach, and it's basically a crime game where you walk around shooting drug dealers, but it's really bad.
Oh, I've heard of that game.
Sort of a bad version of Vice, Project Doom.
Ah.
Number four, and this is another one that I have played, is Eek the Cat. Eek the Cat is awful.
Oh, that is an awful, awful game. Oh.
It's a platformer where it's not fun at all because the object is to push an old lady to the end of the stage.
It is probably the most unfun platform I've ever played in my life.
And number 3, I haven't played this one, and I guess somebody will eventually request it, and I'll try it out, is Wizard of Oz on the Super NES. I never heard of it until I saw Angry Video Game Nerd play it. He played it. I thought it looked kind of like not that bad, like kind of an average, iffy sort of game.
I played it.
How bad is it?
Okay, even though AVGN does exaggerate some things.
He does exaggerate, yeah.
I will say this: when it comes to the actual platforming aspects of it, you do fall through so many platforms you're supposed to be able to go onto. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, number 2 is Sonic Labyrinth. I think that was on the Game Gear. I played that in the Sonic feature, and it's pretty fucking bad.
It's horrible.
Sonic is slow as molasses in that game. Slow.
It shouldn't be called Sonic. It should be called,
Douche.
Douche, yeah, you know?
And number 1 is Action 52. It's not just one bad game. It's 52 bad games.
52 horrible games.
If you played it on the NES, and on actual NES, it was 50 bad games because 2 of them didn't even work.
Yeah, they were completely unplayable.
Yeah. Majestic Melodic sent some more lists. He sent me a couple lists from Cracked.
Oh, I love Cracked.
Who doesn't? Seriously, give me their address. I'll kick their asses. 6 horrifying implications of awesome fantasy movie universes.
Okay.
I think I've read this one. Okay, so number 6, the Disney universe. The horrible implication is that, all the talking animals, you'd have to eat them eventually.
Aw.
So basically, because everything in Disney movies is alive.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Well, okay. Animals obviously are alive, but they're not intelligent. They don't talk to you, so.
Yeah, everything has a consciousness there.
Yeah. Number 5, the Marvel universe. Yeah, they're talking about just imagine living in New York City in the Marvel universe. Imagine what your insurance rates would be.
You won't be able to live.
Yeah, exactly. Number 4, Middle Earth. And Middle Earth is actually kind of racist, and Crack does a good job of pointing it out. Everybody's segregated into their own areas. The men in the South, the hobbits in the Northwest. Everybody's separated from each other. There's not much mixing. And the orcs are basically like the underclass that are hunted for sport.
That's true. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So that's a kind of a weird implication for there. Number three, the Star Trek universe. And actually, they kind of go into this a little bit in the Star Trek reboot movie, but just there's so many different horrible ways to die in the Star Trek universe. Space is danger and disease wrapped in silence and darkness. That was the quote.
But you know, I would like to live in that universe, if only to experience what a replicator is like.
That would be awesome. I would, being on a starship, like imagine if you could be like basically like on the Enterprise E. I mean, how awesome would that be?
I would love it.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be with them, like touring the neutral zone, but if they were just like going to like look at some stars and shit, I'd be into that. By the way, have you heard the official synopsis of the next Star Trek movie?
Is it going to involve Khan? Is that what's going on?
Nobody knows who the villain is.
Huh.
Nobody knows. I think it's been confirmed that it's not Khan, actually. But Benedict Cumberbatch is the villain, but nobody knows who his character is. I can show you the absolutely awesome movie poster.
Oh yeah, please.
I mean, it's just like it's got Kirk, wreckage of a city. It's amazing. I'm just gonna send you, and anybody who's listening to this, just look it up on IMDb or whatever. The movie poster. This movie's called Star Trek Into Darkness. It looks like an awesome poster.
Oh, holy shit.
How about that? Yeah, like the ruins of a city, and you got Captain Kirk standing on this like pile of wreckage, and if you notice the shape of the Starfleet insignia there too.
Oh wow.
This is the very, very vague synopsis that they've been given. After the crew of the Enterprise finds an unstoppable force of terror from within their organization, Captain Kirk leads a manhunt into a war-zone world to capture a one-man weapon of mass destruction.
Huh.
May 17th. I can't wait to see this fucking movie.
Oh, I'm gonna be first in line to see that fucking movie.
Yeah, me too. I may even do one of those midnight things. Anyway, moving on. Number 2 is Pandora. Of course, that's the world from Avatar. And of course it would suck to be there. Everything wants to kill you.
Everyone wants to kill you or fuck you, one or the other.
Yeah, and then if you do fuck one of those blue bitches, you're mated for life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that sucks. and the number 1 is the Star Wars galaxy. And they make a very good, excellent point. And I've actually noticed this myself. Their healthcare sucks.
Their healthcare sucks, and there's a lot of religious zealotism going on too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, just look at, okay, let's face it, there was really no reason for Amidala to die in Episode 3 other than the fact that the plot demanded it. The way that she was being forced to give birth without a sedative, they had that weird thing that was keeping her legs together, and then the robot putting that paddle thing. Well, what was going on, It was
I don't know.
So, yeah.
Their healthcare just really...
Yeah. Like, they couldn't help Darth Vader better than just, like, they don't have skin grafts? Like, what's going on? Seriously.
Yeah, really.
So that's, yeah. Okay, a 6 out of 6. I mean, that's... Cracked is almost always a perfect score.
Hell yes, definitely agree.
Another list from Cracked sent by Majestic Melodics is... this is another... horrifying implications, 6 horrifying implications, but these are all for the Harry Potter universe. So apparently, if anybody thought the Harry Potter universe was missing from the last one, they have 6 just for Harry Potter.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay, the people in those paintings are alive. That's number 6. And then, yeah, think about it. It's true. It's creepy when you think about it. Number 5, technology is frozen forever. They have magic, but they're stuck in a world where you don't have things like cell phones or cameras, or, it's just crazy in some ways, No
internet?
I mean, think of the Pensieve, that seems like a really cool plot device, and then think how much better it would have been if Dumbledore had an iPod.
Ah, dude.
You know what I mean? Number 4, education kind of sucks. They teach you magic, but there's really no requirement of, like learning to read and write and do math and shit like that. They don't really get a well-rounded education.
No, they don't.
Yeah. So that's I gotta skip to the next one here. Number 3, there's really not many career options.
Actually, that's true.
Actually, I think that one's kind of nonsense because you can pretty much do anything in the Muggle world better than they could do it. I mean, why don't you just like become like, I don't know, like a star basketball player or something? You know what I mean? You can do anything you want.
Well, maybe they mean in their world, because in their world you can become like an Aurora, and then you can become like, head of different departments. That's kind of about it, though, isn't it?
I think that's just the slice that you've been given, though. There's probably a lot more to it than what was shown, You'd have to ask Rowling, I guess. I don't know. I kind of disagree with that one. Number 2, okay, Harry's magical map, the Marauders map, is an invasion of privacy. And if you think about that, that was created by 4 teenage boys.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Imagine what the Ministry of Magic could do if they really wanted to invade your privacy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So there's a frightening thought. And number 1, and this is sort of a continuation of that, nothing is private and no one is safe.
This is true.
It's true. It's true. And I'm going to take a point off, though. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 6. I didn't agree with the one about the career options.
I'm going to say 5 out of 6 as well, actually.
Okay, and another one from Cracked. And I've read this one, and this one is funny to me. It's top 5 film franchises based on one character's stupid decision. Yeah. Okay, so number 5, the Dark Knight trilogy. This whole thing exists because Ra's al Ghul does not screen his applicants. It's true.
It's true.
Number 4, The Bourne. There's 3 of them, but there's like 9 books, so there's that too. Jason Bourne loses his memory because he sucks at planning. That's also true.
That's also true.
He can beat the shit out of you with a magazine, though, so, yeah. Number 3, okay, Back to the Future, the first one, is a classic and everything. They're talking about 2 and 3. Back to the Future 2 and 3 happened because Doc Brown can't hide a body.
That's true.
Because he had the passed out chick and he didn't know where to stash her, and he put her in like the worst possible place. So.
Let's put her right out in the open. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Right next to this mysterious big bundles of laser discs. I don't know if you ever noticed that. It's just weird. There's like those laser disc bundles there. Number 2, The Mummy, the recent series, not the old one. The curse has no reason to exist. There's really no reason that Imhotep would be going around cursing everyone.
How do you follow?
Okay, well, this is the point they're making. I'm going to read what they said. The Mummy and the Mummy Returns all take place because of an ancient curse, specifically one placed on the Egyptian high priest Imhotep for laying into the pharaoh's mistress Anck-su-namun. Their secret love affair obviously is a serious affront to the pharaoh and is a totally punishable by death scenario. So, when they're inevitably caught by the pharaoh, their only choice is to super-murder him, just as the Medjai, the pharaoh's terrible guards, burst into the room. Anck-su-namun gets killed right there. Well, actually, she kills herself, from what I remember. But Imhotep manages to temporarily escape, only to get caught by the Medjai later while attempting to resurrect his fallen love. Fueled with rage over making them look like a bunch of Bush League assholes, the Medjai cut out his tongue and bury him alive. Boom, revenge accomplished. Oh, also, they put a curse on him that makes him immortal. Why did they do that?
I don't know. Why did they do that?
So, why don't you just kill the guy?
Kill him and get it over with, right?
Yeah. Number 1, finally, is Spider-Man series, the Sam Raimi series. The Green Goblin feud in Spider-Man exists only because the butler is an asshole. Let's face it, that old guy waited till the very end of Spider-Man 3 to tell Harry Osborn the truth. He was there the whole time. He could have told him at any point.
That's true.
Hey, you know what's crazy? There was actually this really popular theory on the internet that the butler didn't even really exist and that he was just like Harry's hallucination.
Really?
And that in the end, the butler talking to him is basically him finally coming to terms with the truth. And I'm like, you know what? That would have been really cool if they did it that way, except you very clearly see the guy talk to Mary Jane at one point, so...
Mm-hmm.
There you go, never mind that. So, yeah, out of well, that was 5, wasn't it? Yeah, out of 5, I'm going to give that a 5. Those are all really funny.
I'm going to say the same thing, 5. I'm going to give 5.
Yeah. And Majestic Melodics also sent one of his lists, his top 10 favorite games.
Ah, cool.
Why not? Number 10, The Simpsons Hit and Run.
What?
Well, you know, it's a lot of fun. I don't know if it's top 10 material, but I had a lot of fun with it.
It's fun. Okay.
Number 9, are you kidding me? WWF No Mercy.
Okay, now, in defense of that game, it is considered to be a classic among many gamers, so I can't see it.
Here's what I don't get. All these wrestling fans jizz themselves into a coma over these Nintendo 64 games. Is it that all the wrestling games after that sucked? Did they not make better ones? Like wouldn't you get like the Xbox 360 ones? I mean, was the N64 really the peak?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. All I know is that those games, especially No Mercy, apparently has like this classic place in their heart.
Whatever.
I don't get it.
Number 8 is Pokemon Puzzle League, which is basically Panel de Pon or Tetris Attack, which is also a lot of fun, but I wouldn't call it top 10 material personally. Number 7, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Now we're talking.
Awesome.
Number 6, this one I know you don't like this one, and I'm sort of ambivalent towards it, is Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I sort of don't care about it. Number 5, he put GoldenEye. He doesn't specify which version, but I'm kind of guessing from his whole old school thing here that it's the N64 one.
Oh, GoldenEye, yeah.
Yeah. Number 4, Pokemon Crystal version, I guess if you're into Pokemon. Number 3, Paper Mario, The Thousand-Year Door. That's a really good one.
Hell yeah.
Number 2, Chrono Trigger. And his number 1, his favorite game, is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
That's in a lot of top 10 lists. So.
Well, you know, fair enough. I mean, it's not the worst list I've ever seen. It's also not very good. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10.
I was just going to say the same thing, a 5 out of 10, yeah.
Okay, Almighty Santa has some lists here. These are the new ones that we didn't get to do last time.
Okay.
His top 10 hardest bosses according to me, which is him.
Okay.
So there you go. Number 10, the Clown from Castle of Illusion, I guess the Genesis game. He put, goddamn, this boy... I mean, he made a lot of typos here. This guy drove me nuts as a kid. Took me forever to beat him.
Never played it.
I thought you had Castle of Illusion. You know, the Mickey Mouse game.
Oh, the Mickey Mouse game. Yeah, I did have that.
Yeah. Do you remember the Clown? I don't know. Was he that hard, really? Huh. I'm going to move on. Number 9, the Dragon from Mega Man 2. He wrote, fucking hell, man. This bad always drove me close to insanity playing this back in the day, mostly because my controller was kind of fucked up.
Well, that would do it.
Well, that would do it because it's not that hard, but you do have to make a lot of precision jumps to get to the part where he finally stops chasing you. And if your controller's fucked up, I can see that being a bitch.
Yeah.
Number 8, also from Mega Man 1, the Yellow Demon. I think I threw a controller at the TV trying to beat him. I think I may have cracked one of the screens.
Well, you're not the only one there, guy, because I probably did the same thing.
If you don't know about the pause trick, that's the reaction you're going to have.
Yep.
Number 7, and this is a notoriously hard one, the Joker from the NES Batman game. This guy was a fucking nightmare, but I still managed to beat him without Game Genie. Well, good for you.
I gotta say, seriously,
he was a fucking whore. Number 6, Shinyu from Final Fantasy V. I sure hated this son of a bitch.
Who didn't?
To be fair, I don't think Shinyu belongs on there, though, because he's optional.
Yeah, it's true, but then again...
How you beat him? You walk past him.
Yeah, he's part of a treasure... He's in a treasure chest, right? Yeah.
And not only that, I think Omega was tougher than Shinyu.
You think Omega was tougher?
I think Omega's defense, I mean, it was unbelievable. You couldn't hurt him.
Fair.
Number 5, the Shredder from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles NES game. I fucking hated this part, and I only got up to him because I used a Game Genie.
Actually, you know, there's a very easy way to beat him with Donatello.
The Shredder, really?
Yep. I
no easy way. There's no easy way to get there, though.
Oh, getting there is a bitch and a half, but once you get to him, though, he's easily beaten with Donatello.
Well, Donatello was like the game breaker as it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Number 4 is, he doesn't know the name, but he just writes the final boss from Ninja Gaiden. I forget the name of it, too, actually. Only got up to him once without Game Genie, never beat the fucker without Game Genie. I mean, he was a bitch because he had 3 forms, and you had to go through the whole level again once you got a game over.
I never even got that far. I came fucking destroyed.
Well, I'm like a lot of people. I never got past level 6, too, which is fucking impossible.
It's just fucking impossible.
Number 3 is the Shredder again, this time from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. I think I only defeated him once without any Game Genie codes ever. Honestly, he's not that hard. Jump kick, jump kick, jump kick. It's not exactly rocket science.
Yeah, and that's where he has that mirror image of himself, right?
Yeah, but like, it doesn't matter if you attack the wrong. Like, if you attack the wrong one, it'll just fade away eventually, and he'll make a new one. You just keep attacking them both until his helmet comes off, and then you just target him until he dies.
And just be careful of his ray there. It turns you into a case off of life, and you're good to go.
No, the ray was from the Turtles in Time.
I thought that was from Turtles too.
No, he had the sword swipe in Turtles 2.
Oh yeah,
that would take off like a lot of health. Number 2, the Technodrome from the original Turtles game. He only wrote 2 words to that. Fuck this. Let's face it, that Technodrome was a bitch.
That Technodrome was
There's a million things on the screen, and they all want to kill you.
Yeah.
And finally, number 1, Emerald Weapon from Final Fantasy VI. Oh Christ, this is fucking bullshit. I gotta vehemently disagree with it because there's so many different tricks to beating him.
I had the perfect materia combination for that one too.
The Lucky Sevens trick. I mean, there's so many different ways to just kill the bastard.
Knights of the Round.
Well, yeah. That was a bitch to get, though. So out of 10, I'm going to give him an 8.
I'm going to say a 9, actually.
9? Okay. And another list from Almighty Santa. This is the top 10 video game characters.
Oh.
Okay. These are all pretty common stock characters. Number 10 is Mega Man. Number 9 is Simon Belmont. Number 8 is Cloud Strife. I guess if you like sissies who spend half the game in a wheelchair or dressed as a woman. I'm joking. I just like teasing the Cloud fans. Number 7, Luigi. Nice to give Luigi some props, huh?
Luigi.
Number 6, Zelda. Number 5 is Sephiroth, or as I call him, Pizarro the Manslayer 2.0. Number 4 is Luigi. So you put Luigi twice. Thanks. Great. Why is it doing this? Why can't you guys proofread your list? Seriously. Like, I get if you, like, okay, I know you spelled Sephiroth wrong, but, like, I understood what you meant. Not a big deal if you make some typos, but please proofread and make sure you didn't put the same thing on there twice. You have Luigi on there twice. It's not like it's a top 50 list. It's only 10. All right, number 3, Kefka Palazzo. I mean, yeah.
Come on, have to.
Of all time. Number 2, Mario. And number 1, Link. Big Link fan here. Gotta knock some off for having Luigi twice. And personally, I think it's a weird list, so I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
I'm going to say a 7.
Okay. Shodate, that's our Japanese friend. He sent me his top 25 compilations.
Compilations?
You know, where there's more than one game put together.
Oh, okay.
Like collections, yeah. You'll see what I mean.
Okay.
Number 25, Memorial Series Sunsoft Volume 1, which has Ikki and Super Arabian on it. That's on PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Number 24, Ginga Ojusama Densitsu Collection for PlayStation Portable. I assume that has a bunch of Ginga Osama Densitsu games on it. Whatever the hell that is. Number 23 is Haru Kanaru Toki no Naka Day 5 Twin Pack.
You're absolutely right. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Why not?
Exactly.
Number 22 is Shin Sangoku Musou 2 Mushouden plus Shin Sangoku Musou 2.
Really?
Aren't those related somewhat to Shin Megami Tensei?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm trying to think where those games came from. I've heard that title before. Shin Sangoku Masu. What does that mean? Oh hell. I'm trying to look. Oh, it's Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors 1 and 2. Yeah, okay, all right. Number 21 is Nippon Game Taishu Jushu Kinen Zero and Ao no Kiseki Gold Set. That is the collection of Legend of Heroes on PlayStation Portable.
Oh, okay.
Number 20 is Yamada Hajime Box. I enjoy her box.
I enjoy box too, yeah.
Number 19 is the Sunsoft Collection for PlayStation 2. Number 18 is SS Adventure Pack Nanatsu no Hikan End Mist. It's a weird sort of thing together, but hey, whatever. Number 16 is Sega Ages Shudeki Gai Tant R. That's on the Saturn. Number 15, Princess Maker Portable Pack for PSP, if you're into that kind of thing. Number 14 is Ao Umi no Trisita 10th Anniversary Memorial Pack for PlayStation Portable. Sure, why not? Number 13, Kingsfield Dark Side Box for PlayStation 2. Number 12, Konami Antiques MSX Collection Ultra Pack for Saturn. That would have been great to get here, don't you think?
Oh, hell yeah.
Collection of the classic MSX games on the Saturn. I think that would have been cool. Number 11, Metal Slug Complete for PlayStation Portable. I actually have that one, but I have it for the Wii. Oh, I missed my spot. Where am I? Oh, that was 11. Number 10 is Kidu Senshi Gundam Giren no Yaba. Oh, it goes on for like forever. It's something for the PlayStation 2. It's a bunch of Gundam games. Okay. Number 9, Hudson Best Collection Volume 2 Lode Runner Collection for Game Boy Advance. Lode Runner is sort of the lost series, huh?
It's gone the way of the dodo.
Yeah. Remember when... You remember? Do you ever beat the original Bomberman?
Oh, the original Bomberman? Yeah.
For NES. And then, like, the ending suggested that it was a prequel to Lode Runner.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
They let go of that real quick.
Yeah.
Number 8, Konami Antiques MSX Collection Volume 2. That was on PlayStation 2. Number 7, Langrisser Tribute on the Saturn. I'm sure you would have enjoyed that had it come out here.
Hell, I wish it did.
Yeah. Number 6 is Yukio Genso Kyukyu Hozohan Perpetual Collection. That's on the Saturn. I don't know what it is. Number 5, Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Premium Package. We know that one is Final Fantasy Origins on the PlayStation.
Awesome.
Number 4, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 for Super Famicom. We didn't get that one. We did eventually get it for Game Boy Color, though. Number 3... number 3, number 2, and number 1 are all the Falcom Classics ones.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
So, I was going to go through that. So, he just really loves those Falcom Classics. At a 25, there's nothing on here that I think is, like, shit. So, I'm going to give it a 25.
I'm going to say the same thing. Although, I do want to add something, is that the Dragon Quest 1 and 2... You can now get that for ROMs on an emulator translated.
Or you could just play the Game Boy Color version.
Well, yeah, but you can get it on the Super NES now, though.
Yeah, but you know what I'm surprised he didn't put on there was the... Actually, I'm going to take a point. I want to give him 24. Because I'm surprised that he did that and not the one on the Wii.
Oh, yeah.
Because the one on the Wii contains Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3, and it has the NES and the Super NES versions.
You know, I totally forgot about that. I'm taking a point off, too. Yeah.
So we're going to be 24. Okay. I don't know. All right. I have White Mage of Cornelia's top 50 favorite songs here. I've obviously already done that, so there's no sense in doing that. Okay. I do have a few lists that were sent to me just recently that I haven't put in my text file. So just bear with me as I bring them up.
Okay.
Okay. S Serpent 21 sent me his top 20 South Park episodes. So,
oh, okay.
That was sent on October 3rd, so let me just get back to... I'm in my YouTube inbox here. You know how cumbersome it can be.
Yeah.
I wish it was integrated with Gmail. That would be great, but it's not. Okay, so these are his top 20 favorite South Park episodes. Number 20, Pink Eye. He gives a synopsis, but we know what happened in Pink Eye. That was the one with the zombies.
Oh, God, yeah.
Fun one. Number 19, You're Getting Old. Now, let's face it, the first time we all saw that, it was mind-blowing.
It was mind-blowing the first time we saw that, yeah.
It's like, whoa, what just fucking happened, you know? Like, that was probably the most dramatic episode of South Park ever.
And Stan was just crazy in that one.
Yeah. I also liked Asperger's, which was the follow-up. It didn't quite live up to You're Getting Old, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Number 18, Stupid Spoiled Horror Video Playset. That was a great episode that, I mean, even if it was just the last scene, the horror off, it would be classic.
Yeah.
Number 17, Cartman Joins Nambla. That's a great one.
Oh, that was funny as hell.
Remember the end when all the child molesters are chasing them around and it's like a Benny Hill sketch?
It was a Benny Hill sketch. I remember that.
Number 16, I'm glad he put this on here. This is sort of an underrated episode. It was Whale Whores.
Oh, that was when
Fuck you, whale. Fuck you, dolphin.
Fuck you, whale. And fuck you, dolphin.
Sadly, all anyone remembers from that episode was Cartman singing Poker Face.
He did, because it was so memorable, though.
I mean, it was great. It was awesome, but the rest of the episode was also really great.
It was really good.
Number 15 is Man Bear Pig. I enjoyed that one. I must have watched that a couple of times.
My favorite scene was when Cartman was full of the fake gold and everything.
He's trying his hardest to hold it in.
Oh, that was funny as hell, man.
That was great. Number 14, The Wacky Molestation Adventure.
That's my wife's favorite episode right there.
It was sort of a great spoof of Children of the Corn, actually.
It was great. That was a great episode.
Not many people kind of picked up on the Children of the Corn vibe until the very end, of course, when Cartman made it obvious. Number 13, now see, honestly, this one I don't like, is Tweak versus Craig. The whole episode focused on the boys all trying to get Tweak and Craig to fight each other.
And there was a whole.
Then there was the shop teacher.
Yeah, I didn't care.
Actually, if I did like my least favorite episodes, that would probably be on there. I didn't like that one at all. Number 12 is Something You Can Do With Your Finger. That was where the boy band one.
Finger bang.
Finger bang bang you every night. I like that one. Number 11, Good Times with Weapons. That was where they did the anime thing.
That's one of my personal favorites.
Hilarious.
That was hilarious.
And of course, there was that song, That's Fighting Love. Classic. Number 10, Fat Butt and Pancake Head. That was the first episode where Cartman had Jennifer Lopez. I like tacos and burritos. Classic. I love when Jennifer Lopez shows up and like beats him up too. Number 9, Smug Alert with the hybrid cars. That was a good one.
That was okay. Actually, I didn't like that one all that much.
I thought it was, especially when Stan sung that song that was supposed to get everyone to buy hybrids, and it was just like the same line over and over again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was a really good spoof of like the whole, like hippie douche thing,
I did like Carmen going into the area there wearing that huge outfit and Butters helping him out there.
San Francisco, yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
The entire city of San Francisco has disappeared up its own asshole. Number 8. Now this is an interesting one. Cream Fraiche, where Randy becomes a chef. The first time I saw it, I didn't like it, but watching it again, I did laugh quite a lot.
I think I had the same reaction to it, just kind of funny.
It gets better. I think the best parts are Sharon with the shake weight. Like jizzes in her face. That was classic. Number 7, The Return of the Fellowship of the Rings to the Two Towers. That's
one of my favorites.
I like that one because it was just the kids being kids,
Yeah, it was great. It was seriously great.
Number 6 is an old one, Rainforest, Schmain Forest.
Oh, I just saw that one recently, too. I love that one.
You know what I loved about that one is when Kenny gets struck by lightning and they do the whole, oh my God, they killed Kenny, you bastards. And the girl is like, who? Who killed Kenny? And they're like, they did.
They're
bastards. Number 5, this is a good recent one, Butters Bottom Bitch.
Oh, that's another one of my favorites.
Probably my favorite Butters episode right there.
Yeah.
Number 4, Crazy Cripples.
I didn't like that one.
I think you're mistaking it for another one. Because you're thinking of Crippled Summer, which was awful.
Oh, that is what I'm thinking of. Yeah,
that was awful. No, Crazy Cripples was the one where they actually, Jimmy and Timmy joined the Crips because they completely misunderstood what it meant.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was a good one. I actually like that one.
Dopey, this in my nigger stuff.
Oh.
I mean, that was class. I like that
Crippled
one.
Summer was horrible, though. I remember that one.
Crippled Summer was one of my least favorite episodes. Number 3, classic episode, Scott Tenorman Must Die.
You must put that episode on there. That's a must.
I'm surprised it's not number 1, actually.
Oh, wow.
Number 4 is Poor and Stupid.
I
mean, honestly,
that one.
just for the Vagisil jokes alone, that was very funny. And number 1, his favorite episode, Chin Pokemon.
Really? I didn't think it was...
I thought it was a great episode at the time, but I think it sort of dates itself in that it sort of like was like a relic of its time, really.
Yeah, it still doesn't hold up.
It's not a timeless episode.
Yeah, it doesn't hold up.
I don't agree with Shin Pokemon being number 1, although it was a good episode, and I think that there was the one on here I didn't like, the Craig versus Tweak. I hated that episode, but other than that, really good list. It's hard to just pick 20 South Park episodes. I mean, I could sit here and say this one should have been on here, this one should have been on here, but if you really have to sit and pick 20, it's difficult. It's not easy to put together just 20. So I'm going to give them an 18 out of 20.
I'm going to say the same thing, 18. Yeah.
18, okay. Moving on, let's see, and I'm sorry for the delays here, but like I said, I'm some of these I haven't sorted yet, so... I have one here from Fang Streiser, and he sent me his top 10 video game franchises.
Ah, okay.
And that should be right here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Real simple franchises that he likes the best. Number 10, Sonic the Hedgehog. It's not 1996 anymore, dude. I mean, come on, really? Seriously? Number 9, Kirby. Kirby's still great, though. Number 8, Ratchet and Clank. Has there even been a Ratchet and Clank game in, like, the last 3 years?
I don't even know. I don't even follow that series.
It's been a while, yeah. Number 7, Mario. I mean, everybody loves Mario. If you don't, then, fuck you. Number 6, Spyro the Dragon.
Actually, there hasn't been a really good Spyro game in a while either, I don't think.
Well, it's Skylanders now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been pretty much completely supplanted by Skylanders. Number 5, Pokemon. Not my thing, really. Number 4, Zelda. I mean, it's fallen off the wagon in a major way recently, but you can't deny the classic Zelda games.
Oh, of course not.
Number 3, Mega Man. Same thing. There hasn't been a Mega Man game in a long time that counts. I mean, Mega Man 10 was the last one a while ago.
But there's that one for the iPhone that just came out.
Yeah, but it's awful.
It's horrible.
It's awful. Even the music is bad. Number 2, Metroid. Once again, Metroid has sort of lost its way, but we're all hoping that the next one gets it back. And number 1, Star Fox. Another one we haven't seen in a long time.
Although we had a discussion about that, though.
We had a very good discussion about the possibility of Retro Studios bringing back Star Fox, but I think we decided that the best possible scenario was that the Retro Studios game would turn out to be Metroid.
That would be great. That would seriously be great.
I think a lot of people are like, because Retro Studios is working on something with Nintendo, and nobody knows what it is, and a lot of people are pointing towards F-Zero. And personally, I think Sega should do F-Zero, but that's my thing.
Because they did that one on the Advance, right?
They did F-Zero GX.
GX, that's what it was, GX.
GX on the GameCube. That was awesome. I mean,
that was awesome.
Yeah. But okay, out of 10, I'm going to give this, I'll be honest, I'm not really impressed. I'm going to give it a 4.
I'm going to say a 5.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why he didn't put Chronicles of a Dark Lord, but I mean, at least one RPG series other than Zelda would have been nice. Okay, I got a list here from Dimebag Zombie, and I got to bring this list up because I don't quite understand just from the blurb in my Gmail what the hell he's going on about. Um, because it's weird. He sent me this email on YouTube, and the subject is Sean Connery. So I expected something about Sean Connery to be in here, and then I look at it, it says my top 25 horror icons.
You go from Sean Connery to horror icons.
By the way, Sean Connery has nothing to do with anything on here.
What?
Yeah. So I don't understand. So these are like characters, horror icons, his top 25. Number 25, Heather from Insanitarium. Well, I guess you got to start somewhere.
Mm.
Number 24, Henry Kane from Poltergeist 2.
Oh,
Honestly, why wouldn't you use Carol Ann as the horror icon? Or Tangina?
Oh,
number 23, Jigsaw. But he writes for Jigsaw from Saw 1. Fuck the sequels. I saw Saw 2. It was all right, but after that I lost interest. Number 22, Pennywise, the dancing clown from It.
Can't watch that movie.
Can't sleep, clowns will eat me. Number 21, Leatherface, of course, from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. Number 20, I don't know if you'd call this guy a horror icon, Frank Booth from Blue Velvet, which was not a horror movie.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, it was creepy, but it wasn't a horror movie. Number 19, Dracula. I mean, enough said. Number 18, Pamela Voorhees from Friday the 13th.
Oh, Pamela, huh?
If Jason's not on here, that'll be very strange. Just want to point that out. Number 17, Brad Dourif playing anybody.
What?
Well, he's in a lot of horror movies, and I guess he's, instead of the character, he's saying the actor in this case.
Brad Dourif playing anybody.
Yeah. Number 16, Henry from Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. I'm just wondering, from now on, I'm going to be wondering if any of these should be above Dracula. Just to point that out. Number 15, Michael Myers from Halloween. I almost said Halloween. That's a completely different thing. Number 14, Francis Dollarhide from Red Dragon. Okay, so now if Hannibal Lecter isn't on here, that'll be weird. Dollarhide was barely an icon. Number 13, the Tall Man from Phantasm. Number 12, Freddy Krueger, obviously from Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 11, The Thing. Otherwise known as The Thing from Another Planet or whatever it is. Number 10, Max Cady from Cape Fear. More of a suspense movie, but all right, I'll give you that one. Number 9, John Doe from Seven. Once again, that's not a horror movie.
No.
That is a crime suspense movie, thriller. Number 8 is Jack Torrance from The Shining. I didn't like The Shining. Number 7, Norman Bates, of course, from Psycho. That's a good one.
Right.
Number 6, Annie Wilkes from Misery. I'll give you that one. Number 5, Herbert West from Reanimator. Really?
Really?
You know who should be on here that's not? Instead of Herbert West? You might have heard of this guy, Dr. Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah, you think?
Just want to say, yeah. Number 4 is Hannibal Lecter. Okay, at least they did that right. Number 3, Mr. Hyde, obviously from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Number 2, what the hell? Really? Number 2 is the HAL 9000 from 2001. That's not a horror movie.
No, that's not.
It's a science fiction. It's not even like a horror sci-fi. It's just a sci-fi movie.
Weird.
Hell, man. And finally, number 1, the lead Cenobite, which we affectionately know as Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Okay.
Okay. He also puts a note here that he said he didn't include zombies on the list because he considers them to be a MacGuffin rather than a central antagonist or anti-hero.
I could see
why.
why.
I could get behind that. What I can't get behind is HAL 9000 and Herbert West and Frank Booth and a couple of these other things, and Dracula down at number 19, and Pamela Voorhees, but not Jason.
Yeah, where's Jason on that list?
No Dr. Frankenstein, but you got Herbert West, really? Yeah. Out of 25, I'm gonna give this a 7.
I'm gonna say 9.
9. I think that's 9 times too kind, but whatever, man. Whatever. Moving on, I got something from Quackenstein Monster. Yes, the guy's name is Quackenstein Monster.
That is epic.
That is an awesome username. I just gotta say. Actually, he sent me 3 lists. They're all quick shots. We have his top 5 least favorite Final Fantasy games.
Okay.
And he gives a very short reason for each one. Oh, we're not gonna like this list. Okay. Well, I mean, I think you'll agree with the first one, even though I don't. Number 5 is Final Fantasy 12.
Oh, definitely.
No, Tanya doesn't like it. His reason is that bullshit license system.
Oh, you know what? Fucking A, totally agree. Hell yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Number 4, Final Fantasy X-2. He doesn't give a reason. He just says it's Final Fantasy X-2. Need I go further?
Actually, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. You do need to give a valid reason why you don't like a game.
Because the gameplay in that actually was pretty damn awesome.
It's a fun game. There's no... All right. Number 3, Final Fantasy II, his reason being the leveling system. And even though I've softened my stance on that one over the years, I got to agree with him.
Actually, I've been playing it recently. I got to say I agree with him, too. Yeah.
The leveling system is bullshit. It's a good way of doing it, but they did it badly.
It's totally randomized.
Number 2, and I will agree with this one as well, Final Fantasy VIII, reasoning being the junctioning system. I could come up with a million other reasons, too.
How about the million tutorials in the very beginning of the game?
How about the card game?
How about the card game? Yeah, shit.
That you can't not play.
Ugh.
Number 1, though. Number 1, I'm going to be honest with him, I want to punch him in the dick.
Uh-oh.
Number 1 is Final Fantasy Tactics.
What?
And I just read his reason, and I gotta say, you're playing it wrong.
What is his reason?
He rambles for a bit, but basically he doesn't like when he casts a black magic spell and the enemy moves out of the way.
You're playing it wrong.
You're playing it wrong. You're supposed to bring up the turn list and compare it to the cast time and cast it on someone who can't move out of the way.
Right.
That's how you play it.
Right.
If you're doing that where they're constantly moving out of the way and you're raging out, you're playing it wrong. That is not how you play a tactical RPG.
You gotta plan ahead.
You don't just target something and you gotta see if they have time to move out of the way.
Yeah, you gotta look at charge time, and there's a whole bunch of shit you gotta look at. No, it's...
Yeah, out of 5, I gotta give it a 2.
I'm gonna say the same thing, actually. Yeah.
I thought you would go for a 3, actually, because you hated Final Fantasy 12.
No, I was going to go for that, but then I said to myself,
Tactics.
Tactics. It just totally
he sent me a top 9 list, which you don't see that often.
Top 9?
Top 9. Why not, right? Whatever number you want to do. Top 9 video game movies closest to the source material.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay, so number 9 is The King of Fighters. I haven't seen it, so I can't comment on it.
Same here.
Number 8 is Dead or Alive. I have seen Dead or Alive, and, well, I guess it is close to the source material in the fact that it was basically about watching attractive chicks hop around in very little clothes.
Bouncing boobies.
It was certainly a funny movie. It wasn't very good, but it was certainly funny. But I will agree that they kind of fudged Donovan quite a lot to make him a more interesting villain, and there was a lot of major characters that they just shoved to the side. But yeah, it was Dead or Alive. Number 7 is Tekken. I didn't see the Tekken film, so I can't comment on that. Number 6, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I have to disagree with that. It was bullshit.
It was complete bull. If anything, the original was more closer than...
Oh, much... Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was a bullshit attempt at trying to do the plot of Mortal Kombat 3, which could have been awesome, but wasn't. I mean, no.
Just no, yeah.
The Mortal Kombat game for Xbox 360 was a better Mortal Kombat movie than that was.
Hell fuck.
Wasn't a movie, and that wasn't a movie.
Yeah, it was a game, exactly.
Number 5, Resident Evil Apocalypse. Now, I gotta say, the Resident Evil movies and the games are two completely separate things, but Apocalypse was the closest to the games.
It was the closest, yeah.
Because it was like watching Resident Evil 3 on the screen.
Yeah, it was.
Number 4, Doom. You know, it's interesting. Doom took a lot of liberties, and a lot of people were upset with it, but I thought it was cool.
It was interesting.
It took a lot of liberties, though. I don't know that it's number 3.
Yeah.
Number 2, the original Mortal Kombat. Yes, of course.
Of course.
And number 1 is Silent Hill.
Oh, Silent Hill. Yeah.
I loved Silent. The only thing they did differently was that they changed the main character to a woman.
Yeah. But even that, I can forgive that because, you know, that's...
And a lot of people didn't get, like, what the ending... I mean, they basically used the bad ending.
Yeah.
Let's face it. That's what they did. Yeah, out of 9, I'm going to give it a 7. Because I disagree with oh, actually, I'm sorry, I skipped one. I skipped number 3 completely, Mega Man, which I didn't even see, so there you go.
Mega Man?
That was the fan-made movie. Everybody said it was really good. Like, the acting was supposedly really amazing in it.
I've never seen it.
It was made by fans, and everybody keeps bugging me to see it, and they said that it was like, the acting was amazing, and that the guy really understood Mega Man, but I haven't seen it.
You know, we're going to have to see that, you and me. We are.
Yeah, one day we will have to watch that Mega Man movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to give him a 7 because I don't agree with Doom being so high on the list, and I don't agree with Mortal Kombat Annihilation even being there.
I have to agree with both of those sentiments, yeah.
Yeah. And this is a counterpart to his other list. He gave me his top 5 least favorite Final Fantasy games. Here he gives me his top 5 favorite Final Fantasy games.
Ah, okay.
Number 5 being the original Final Fantasy, although he's kind of wussing out. He specifies Origins on easy mode.
Okay.
You're a pussy.
Come on, do it the regular way now.
number 4, Final Fantasy X. I can get behind that.
Hell yeah.
Number 3, Final Fantasy VI. Why is that number 3?
That needs to be number 1.
Well, let's see. I mean, number 2, Final Fantasy VII.
7 is not better than... How many times do I have to say this?
Yeah, I mean, I understand what he's doing, though. It's a nostalgia thing. It was the first one he beat. I can kind of get why it's, like, special to him, but
the story in 6 is
so Take the nostalgia glasses off, 6 is better. And number 1, his favorite is Final Fantasy IX. Honestly, I can't really call too much bullshit on that.
You know, if it wasn't going to be 6 and number 1, I'm glad it's 9, honestly. Yeah.
So out of 5, I'm going to give that a 4.
Same here. 4.
4. Learn how to play tactics. You'll love it.
Yeah, you learn how to play tactics seriously, and you'll find
it. If you play it correctly, it's so rewarding. Let's see what oh my god, all right. I have another one from White Mage of Cornelio. I'm going to have to leave that one for the next episode because he sent me VH1's top 100 songs of the 90s.
Oh god,
we don't have time for that. Normally we do it, but we have so much, you know what I mean? And I'm nearing the end here, and we've been on this for like more than 3 hours, so we're trying to get through in less than 4 hours would be nice, right?
You think? Yeah.
Okay, I do have another one from White Mage of Cornelia that I can read right now, though. Let me bring it up. Let me just bring it up. Let's see, that was sent to me. I really wish that Google would integrate the YouTube email into Gmail.
That'd be good.
That'd be great if I could just... Because it does send me them in Gmail, but it truncates it. So then I have to go through the inbox on YouTube to bring up the whole thing. Here it is. Oh, it's 2 lists here. They're both quick ones. Top 10 best James Bond theme songs.
James Bond theme songs.
You know how each James Bond movie has that sort of music video in the beginning.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The credits and, the theme songs. Okay, so number 10, On Her Majesty's Secret Service by the John Barry Orchestra.
Okay.
And he sort of put a tie here. He also puts Louis Armstrong, his song, We Have All the Time in the World. I will give him a pass because they're both from the same movie.
Hmm.
It's just that the Louis Armstrong song plays in the middle of the movie. But seriously, don't do that. Number 9, You Know My Name by Chris Cornell. That was in Casino Royale, and that was badass.
That was pretty damn cool.
That was badass. Number 8, and I think this should be really a lot higher, is Adele's song Skyfall from the movie Skyfall.
Skyfall.
Not only have you seen Skyfall yet? Because last time we talked, you hadn't seen it.
I finally got to see it.
How badass was it?
I gotta tell ya, holy shit!
It was like one of the best, really. I was blown away by it. I can't wait to own it on DVD. Yeah, Sky and Adele's song. Not only was it a great song, but the lyrics were just brilliant. It had a lot to do with the actual story, which is not often the case, you know. Number 7. This doesn't really have a title, but it's the theme that's played during From Russia with Love, and also the Matt Morno song that's in the middle of the movie. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. I think the Skyfall song is better. Number 6, really? The Man with the Golden Gun by Lulu? That was an awful song from an awful movie. Lulu sucks, and so did that movie. I don't care that it had Roger Moore and Christopher Lee. It still sucked. Number 5, GoldenEye by Tina Turner. That honestly, that one will pop up in my head every once in a while too, and you can't get it out until you like listen to the whole thing.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Number 4, Shirley Bassey's Diamonds Are Forever. Bad movie, but good theme song.
It's pretty classic.
Yeah. Number 3, Another Way to Die by Jack White and Alicia Keys. That was in Quantum of Solace. A lot of people bitched about that one, but I thought it was a decent song. I don't know that it's number 3, though. What do you think?
So.
I mean, I think that should be like number 10.
I was going to say like number 10.
Yeah.
11.
Number 2, the classic, the James Bond theme song from Dr. No.
Oh, that's classic.
How badass was it in Skyfall when he opened the garage and the car rolled out and the theme song started playing?
I thought that was pretty epic, actually. I was just like...
And I love M's comment. He said, "This is your idea of inconspicuous." And his number 1 pick, Live and Let Die by Paul McCartney and Wings. I don't think that it's the best one, but it certainly was sort of a turning point because it was like the rock and roll song. You know, they hadn't used rock and roll before.
It was a turning point song, I guess you could call it.
I mean, personally, I think GoldenEye had the best theme song.
Oh, GoldenEye was crazy.
GoldenEye was awesome. And I'm kind of, you know, the one that I was hoping to see on here that isn't on here is Tomorrow Never Dies. That's sort of an underrated one.
Oh, Tomorrow Never Dies. I was just thinking about that one.
Yeah. Out of 10, I'm going to give this a 7. It's a pretty average list.
I'm going to go with a 6, actually.
6, okay. And he also has the top 5 worst James Bond theme songs. Well, you already had The Man with the Golden Gun by Lulu on the best, so I guess that's not going to be in here. Number 5, License to Kill by Gladys Knight. Yeah, oh man. You know, you're right, it wasn't that good, but I'm sort of like, my opinion is sort of turned by the fact that I really like the movie. So, you know. Plus, I like the transition from the beginning where they caught the drug runners and James Bond and Felix Leiter are parachuting down to the wedding and the theme song starts. I thought that was a really good transition too. But yeah, it wasn't that good of a song. Number 4, For Your Eyes Only by Sheena Easton. I didn't think it was that bad. No. Okay, what is he on? Number 3, Nobody Does It Better by Carly Simon. That was classic.
Oh, that was a classic. Come on.
That was one of the best. That should have been on your best list, and the fucking Lulu song should have been there on the worst list. Number 2, and this is my least favorite out of all of them, is Die Another Day by Madonna. It was just, it was a poor movie, and it was a poor choice for singer, and it was a poor song.
It was poor.
But his number 1 pick for worst is Moonraker, and well, I mean, yeah, out of the Shirley Bassey songs, it certainly was the weakest one, but I would not call it the worst theme song.
No, I think the worst was actually Madonna's.
The Madonna song, no, it doesn't get any worse than the Madonna song.
Yeah, that was the worst.
That was bad. But that was an interesting. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5.
I'm gonna say a 3 out of 5. Yeah.
He also, and we're gonna have to save this for the next time, but he also sent me G4's top 100 video games of all time.
Oh, that'll be for next time then.
Yeah, we'll have to save that. Okay, moving along. I do have more to go through. Let's see. Uber McPhail Sauce sent me from Listology.com the 25 most overrated bands of all time. This list was written by BSD987. And just from the first one on here, I want to punch him. Number 25, Black Sabbath. And he writes, I don't know, their music just sucks.
You have just committed blasphemy.
You asshole.
Blasphemy.
There's so many different sounds that they've went through that there's a Black Sabbath album that anybody will like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Number 24, okay, I do agree with number 24, the Rolling Stones. Although he does say they're great, but they're overrated, I think they suck.
I just think they suck, period, end of story.
Yeah. Number 23, the Sex Pistols. I will agree with that as well. They weren't that good. Number 22, Wilco. I really don't... I don't have an opinion about them. You know what I mean? I've heard them, and they're just sort of there.
They're like blah.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion. Number 21, the White Stripes. I do agree with that.
Ugh.
They're terrible. Number 20, Sonic Youth. They're not bad, but they are overrated.
They're definitely overrated.
Number 19, the Eagles.
Eagles?
You're an asshole.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's an asshole. Number 18, the Beach Boys. I will agree the Beach Boys are overrated.
They're overrated, but, you know, it's also, they are pretty influential, though. So it's like...
Well, you know what it is that they released one really amazing, influential album, and then they tried to, like, milk it for another 40 years.
Yeah.
So I will agree they are overrated. Number 17, the Counting Crows. If anything, they're underrated. People forgot about them. They're still great.
People forgot about them?
They released an album of obscure cover songs just recently. Absolutely brilliant. Their take on some of these songs is amazing. They are still good, and they don't get the attention they once did. Number 16, Neutral Milk Hotel. I have no idea who that is, so how could they be overrated?
I have no idea.
Number 15, The Strokes. Yes, they are overrated.
Definitely.
Number 14, Guns N' Roses. Now, I gotta disagree. Although they did take a very extended break, Chinese Democracy actually turned out to be pretty badass.
Yeah, but
if you would have written this list before Chinese Democracy... Oh, actually, wait. I'm sorry. He did write this list. This list is from 2006. Okay. Because then they were overrated because they were basically just milking Appetite for Destruction.
Pretty much.
But I think Chinese Democracy was an amazing album. He just hadn't heard it when he wrote this list. Plus, he just says they're garbage in here, so...
They have declined in recent years.
Well, it's a completely different band now, so you really can't make a comparison, though. I mean, I think, yeah, Axl got fat, and it's a completely different band, but like I said, if you compare Chinese Democracy to, like, Use Your Illusion, I'm sorry, but Use Your Illusion comes off poorer, because that was, like, a lot of filler material. That didn't need to be 2 CDs. All right, number 13. This is not a band, by the way. If you say band, don't put Billy Joel on there, because he's not a band.
Billy Joel.
I don't like Billy Joel, so fuck you. Number 12, Bruce Springsteen. As a singer, he is incredibly overrated. As a songwriter, he's great, though.
I agree.
So there you go. Number 11, same deal here, Bob Dylan. As a singer, he's completely awful. As a songwriter, he's hit or miss, but when he hits good.
Yeah.
Number 10, okay, see, now you're just being a jerk. Any Britpop band. No, you be specific. He gives a few examples, Coldplay, Oasis, The Verve. Put those on the list then.
Yeah. He's trolling.
Yeah. Number 9, Yola Tango. What? Who?
What?
Yeah, like, who the fuck is that? How could they be overrated if we don't know who they are? Number 8, Green Day. Now, in 2006, I call bullshit on that. They were great in 2006. Yeah. That was right when... Wasn't that right about when Warning came out?
Yeah.
Warning was great. American Idiot was even better. The one after that was a little iffy, and since then they've declined severely. So if this was written like last week, I could totally understand that.
But 2006? That's...
Nah, that's bullshit. Number 7, Led Zeppelin, You're an Asshole.
I can't believe it.
You're an asshole. Number 6, Radiohead. Yes, they are overrated.
Yes.
They've had some great albums, but they're overrated. Number 5, U2. Yes, they are overrated.
Oh, absolutely.
Number 4, The Beatles. Fuck you, man. I mean, all right. I'll give you the sense that there are some people who treat the Beatles as if they're the be-all, end-all of pop music and nothing will ever be better. And yes, that's bullshit. But come on, really?
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit. Number 3, Pink Floyd.
I've never really been much of a fan, so whatever.
This guy's a shithead. Number 2, Pearl Jam. Yeah, I would say now they are overrated.
Yeah.
They've gone completely over the bend. So, and number 1, Nirvana. He says yes, they were good, but come on, really, let's let it go already. And I gotta agree. Yeah, let it go already. So, as a matter of fact, he makes a good point here, even though I think this guy's a shithead, he makes a good point, is that if Kurt Cobain hadn't died, they probably would have just fizzled out.
You think?
Yeah.
Mm.
I do think, too, because In Utero, which was the last studio album they released, was really, really weird. And I don't know if it would have been as accepted as it was had Kurt Cobain not committed suicide very shortly after it was released.
Probably true.
Sorry, talking to Andrew. Okay, out of how many was this? 25. I can't. You know, I'm gonna give him a 6.
I'll say the same thing. A 6.
Yeah, he had a few good points, and I agreed with a lot of that. But then there were a few where he was just being a troll.
Trolling.
Okay, Uber McPhail sends me this list. He says in the header, a list you probably won't care about. And since we don't have a lot of time here, I'm just going to tell you what the list is. I don't care about it. If you also agree that you don't care about it, and he didn't write it, if he wrote it, I would do it no matter what. But since he didn't write it, he just found it on the internet. And if we both don't care about it, we're just going to skip it. It's the 50 most skilled hockey players of all time. Do you want to do it?
Less. I could care less.
I mean, we don't know anything about hockey, so
I know nothing about hockey.
Sorry. If you send a list that, is like a subject that we don't care about, but you wrote it, we will critique it. But in that case, no way. I got one from Mega Zero. I don't think Mega Zero's ever contributed. He's been a subscriber of mine for like forever. He found these 2 lists on Yugo.com. And this is interesting. I'm going to let you pick which one you want to do first, Tanya.
Okay.
We have the top 20 unsexiest sexy video game characters. And we have the 11 most racist video games.
Let's do the racist video first.
Okay. All right. Because that's unpleasant. Let's get it over with, right?
Yeah.
Number 11 is Freaky Flyers. I don't know if you ever heard of that one. That was like sort of a weird, sort of like wacky racist type of thing.
No.
And all the characters were just like really obvious, like stereotypes. Like there was a character named Sheikh Abdul who was like a Middle Eastern guy with a turban and a talking camel.
Oh, God.
Yeah. There was like a Japanese guy with buck teeth, or miso sorry, that kind of thing.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so, and considering that was on PlayStation 2, so it's kind of recent, so it's kind of sad. Number 10, obviously, Custer's Revenge.
Oh, God, do you not remember your video on that one?
I can't even say that one's not just racist, it's just offensive in general.
Raping the freaking
yeah, I mean, it's a game, but yeah, it's a game about... they actually re-released that as... what did they call it? They called it something else, and they took out the rape element by basically giving the chick an extra animation where she would, like, put out her hand and do, like, a come here gesture, like, oh, come here, big boy. And I'm like, well, okay, that makes it significantly less offensive, but it's still very offensive.
You think?
I mean, it's still, I mean, okay, you took out the rape aspect, but it's still a horrible game. It's not like you really fixed it that much. Okay, number 9, and you might be surprised to hear this because this is a really obscure reason, is Scribblenauts, believe it or not.
Scribblenauts?
Scribblenauts is a big franchise right now. I mean, Scribblenauts Unlimited just got released. You know, all 3 games have good reviews. But the first one had a really unfortunate thing where if you typed in the word Sambo, and you know what Sambo means, right?
Yes.
Guess what would pop up on the screen?
Oh, no way.
A watermelon.
No way.
Yeah. So if you type Sambo, you'd get a watermelon. Obviously, it was somebody's bad idea of a joke. They probably thought no one would ever put in Sambo. They underestimated the internet. Number 8. You don't often see educational games on a list of the most racist, but here we have number 8, Spanish for Everyone for the DS.
Okay.
So it's even though it's a game that's supposed to teach you Spanish, it's really racist. It's got cutscenes and a story, which is a stupid idea. But in the beginning, it starts with a Mexican kid stealing your DS, and then you have to chase him into Mexico.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah. Number 7 is Shadow Warrior, which is kind of a, you know, everybody kind of purposefully forgot about Shadow Warrior. I mean, the guy's name was Lo Wang, and he was Chinese, but he used Japanese weapons, and he would say things like, just like Hiroshima.
Oh, God.
It's basically every Asian stereotype mashed into one thing.
Jeez.
Yeah. So there you go. Number 6 is Punch-Out. Any Punch-Out game, really. I mean,
They're so racist.
I like the Punch-Out games, but I do refer to them as Little Mac's battle against adorable racism.
You think?
Let's face it, they are racist. Number 5 is Bone Town.
Oh.
The world's first action-adventure porno game. Except it wasn't. Yeah, it had it had a lot of like Asian stereotypes and Native American stereotypes. It was just overall offensive.
God.
Number 4, the Square Enix version of Tom Sawyer.
I didn't know they even did a version of Tom Sawyer.
It wasn't released here. We got the action one that I forget who made it. I think it might have been Atlas actually, but the Square version of Tom Sawyer had black people with huge lips that took up like half their heads.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was on the NES there, and it was an RPG, by the way. Number 3 is Kung Fu Chaos. There's just like stereotype after stereotype. Yeah. Although that one was sort of a spoof of like exploitation, so I don't know how racist it really was meant to be. Number 2, this is another one that I don't necessarily agree with, is Homie Rollers. Like, I know that the homies, you know, those little tiny figures, like they are Hispanic stereotypes, but they were made by a guy who was Mexican, and it was supposed to be a parody of like the whole lowrider gangster culture.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I don't know. It is parody of racism. I don't know if it literally is racist. And number 1 is ethnic cleansing. We don't even really need to talk about that.
No, we don't go into that one.
The less said about that one, the better. And by the way, if you even if you take all the racism out of that game, it's still terrible.
You think?
Yeah. So, okay, out of what was this, 11? I'm gonna give it a 9.
I'm gonna say a 9 as well.
9 as well. Okay, so we've got 2 9s there. The other one he sent me was the top 20 unsexiest sexy video game characters. Obviously, characters that are supposed to be sexy in some way, but are definitely not. Although I don't know how sexy. This first one's supposed to be. Number 20 is Birdo.
Birdo?
Yeah.
I don't even want to go there.
Did you see the most recent episode of Robot Chicken?
Yes.
So yeah, you saw that with Luigi and Birdo then. It was funny though. Number 20. Okay, we all loved Return of the Jedi having Princess Leia in the slave costume. That was
Oh,
awesome. But not so hot when it's in Lego Star Wars 2, the original series.
I don't even know what that looks like in that game, but yeah.
Well, you can imagine what it looks like. It looks like a Lego person with a painted-on bikini.
Ah.
Number... Are these even numbered? They're not really numbered. Okay, so the next one is Mondu from Tongue of the Fat Man. I don't think he was supposed to be sexy. He was a huge fat guy. I mean, whatever. The next one is the Men of Cho Aniki. Well, I guess if you're a gay dude, you might find them sexy. I don't know. They certainly have a lot of muscles if that's what you're into. Next up, Lara Croft. Let's face it, Lara Croft was nothing but sex appeal, but if you look at the original Tomb Raider, she had big nightmarish lips and triangle titties, and just, it was horrible.
Big triangle titties.
As a matter of fact, the way they describe her is, I don't want to date a woman with the eyebrows of Sean Connery, the waist of Johnny Weir, and the breasts of John Goodman, circa King Ralph.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Next up, Harley Quinn, specifically from Arkham Asylum.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, you know what? I actually thought she looked kind of good in the second one in Arkham City, but she had that weird outfit on the first one that was like supposed to be like, I don't know, like a clown nurse outfit. What was she going for there? Like, yeah. And all that makeup and whatever. Barry from the Conquer series. If you're a furry, you probably jacked it to her, but for us normal people, yeah.
Wow.
You know, it's interesting. This person points out very quickly Barry's obvious assets with her huge boobs, but she's a chipmunk. Doesn't she have like 7 or 8 boobs? Like, don't chipmunks have like a whole lot of tits?
Yeah.
So there you go. Really? Tyrus Flare. All right, Tyrus Flare, but specifically from Beast Rider, Golden Axe Beast Rider. I don't know exactly what's wrong with her. She just looks like Tyrus Flare to me. I guess it's just a really bad render, like a bad model, but whatever.
Apparently.
Next up, Liara Tsoni from Mass Effect, otherwise known as the blue-haired chick. The blue chick. I think the attraction that a lot of people had to her was more the personality thing. I don't think she was supposed to be sexy.
No, I don't think so either.
There you go. The Women of Dead or Alive. Yeah. This is what they write. A mysterious island of gorgeous, scantily clad women who don't mind you watching them change outfits, lick vanilla ice cream cones 2 girls at a time, and butt battle in thongs. This is a trap, and you are about to be sold into white slavery.
Yeah.
Next up, Coco Bandicoot from the Crash Bandicoot series. I don't know how sexy she was supposed to be. I guess, like I said, if you're furry, maybe. I don't know. Discount Prostitute from Fable 2. Well, that wasn't supposed to be sexy.
No.
It was supposed to be gross. So there you go. Don Lothario from The Sims. I guess he was supposed to be the guy that, like, comes over to your house while you're away and seduces your wife.
Oh.
He does look like a douche. I don't know much about The Sims. I don't play that shit.
Neither do I.
They have Judy Nails from the Guitar Hero series. Once again, Guitar Hero wasn't exactly trying to sell sex appeal.
No, not really.
So, I don't really understand why that's on here. Bayonetta they have on here.
Bayonetta, really?
Well, I guess the point they're making is true that her entire outfit is made up out of her own hair, so...
Wow.
Yeah, there is that. But, okay, like, there weren't many dudes on this list, but there are some. I did not expect to see Kefka on this list.
Kefka?
I think that all the straight women and gay dudes out there will agree that Kefka is not sexy, but I think they'll also agree that he wasn't supposed to be.
No, Kefka... What?
I mean, you might as well just put the Joker on here, because I mean, he's a Harlequin. I mean, that I don't get what's so... All right, whatever. Moving on. Morrigan from Dragon Age. I guess they're trying to say that she, yeah, I don't know, maybe that she's such a bitch, or...
Yeah, but some
She's
people
hot.
actually consider that to be, you know?
Yeah, yeah. The Women of Leisure Suit Larry box office bust. Well, you know,
Never played it, so.
uh, they looked a little... Well, here, I'll show you a picture, and you'll see exactly what I'm trying to say without actually saying it. The word I'm going to say is underdeveloped.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Come on, load. It's taking forever to load.
Really? It's just a picture. Well, while you're trying to load that, I'm going to move. Obviously, General Custer from Custer's Revenge. Yeah. Well, I think we all agree there. And finally, Ms. Pac-Man. Once again, I don't think that Ms. Pac-Man. I don't think she was supposed to be sexy. I mean,
Oh, okay, I got you now.
yeah, she looks like she's like the chick from the Leisure Suit Larry. She could be like 13. You know, I mean, like I said, a little underdeveloped there.
Little Lola's here.
Yeah, it's off. Okay, then how many was this? This was 20. You know, like there were a lot of these that I don't think were supposed to be sexy. Like obviously the discount prostitute was supposed to be gross.
Of course.
Nobody really ever thought that Kefka was sexy, and if they did, they probably should be arrested because they probably have a bunch of bodies in their basement.
I have to tell you, that's one word I never associate with Kafka. Ever.
I don't think even Kefka would say that that Kefka is sexy. Out of 20, I'm going to give this an 8.
I'm going to say a 7, actually.
Like, honestly, I mean, the only ones that really apply, I mean, the slave Leia from Lego Star Wars, that makes sense. You know, Lara Croft, you know, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Some of these don't make so much sense.
Exactly.
And that was from Mega Zero, 2 lists from him. Very interesting, funny stuff. Let's see, do I have anything else? Okay, I have a top 100 Super NES games. We'll have to get back to that. And I have something here from Super Jim Bob 95. He just sent me this. What a name, right? Super Jim Bob.
Jim Bob.
Sounds like a discount version of Super Mario. Like you ask your mom for Super Mario when you're a kid, but she gets you Super Jim Bob because it was cheaper.
Super Jim Bob Brothers.
This one's only $5. He'll never know the difference. Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry. But yeah, he sent me this just the other day, actually. It's video games you'll never play, I guess. It's five video games you'll never play. You know what? All right. I'm going to have to take a pass on this one, Super Jim Bob. You've kind of misunderstood the list. Critics, this is from the best page in the universe.net, which is that Maddox guy's website. And these are not actual games. These are just him coming up with stupid ideas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's not really a list. It's a parody article.
Yeah, it's a parody of other things. So,
yeah. Like if somebody actually came up with like games that you'll never play because they're like, I don't know, like really obscure or whatever, then I can understand that. But that's not really what we're doing. Finally, let's see, Sponge the Kid sent me something. Wait a minute. Could this be the same list I read earlier? Did 2 different people send me this? Oh, no. Okay, it's the same title. It's the top 25 most overrated bands of all time, but it's from a different website, and it's by a different person.
Okay.
This is going to be the final list, because I actually just got this one a little while ago.
Okay.
So I'm going to run through this quickly, because honestly, it's a lot of the same ones that were on the other list.
Okay.
He has Nirvana at number 25, for example. 25, Nirvana. Number 24, Eazy-E. Number 23... Number 23, Kiss. Kiss is possibly the most overrated band of all time.
Yeah.
Number 22, Bob Dylan. Number 21, LL Cool J. These are not bands. That's a rapper. Number 20, Slipknot. I have to really agree with that, obviously. Number 19, 50 Cent. Number 18, Journey. Journey rules. Fuck you. Number 17, Lil Wayne. Number 16, Boston.
Boston?
Wow. Number 25, number 15, Led Zeppelin. We already raged about that on the other list. Number 14, The Doors. Once again, I mean, that wasn't on the other list, but wow, are you kidding me? Number 13 is Weezer. Yeah, I gotta agree. Sad to say, but they're not that good. Number 12, John Mayer. It's not a band, but yes.
Yep.
Number 11, he also puts Green Day on here, but he doesn't have the excuse of this being from 2006, so that's all. Number 10, Nickelback. Yes.
Nickelback.
Yes, 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 and yes again. Number 9, the Beach Boys. Number 8, AC/DC. I don't know. They're kind of exactly what you expect them to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't expect any more or less.
Number 7, the Dave Matthews Band. Actually, if you would have written this in 2001, I would have shook your hand, but now nobody gives a shit.
Nobody does give a shit anymore.
Yeah, who cares about the Dave Matthews Band now? And everybody knows he sucks now. Number 6, the Grateful Dead. I do have to agree with that. They're incredibly overrated.
Yeah.
5, U2. We already talked about U2. Number 4, Pink Floyd. I disagree. We already talked about that. Number 3, the Rolling Stones. Yeah. Number 2, the Beatles. We already went over that. And number 1, the Sex Pistols. Well, this was a better list than the other one.
Yeah.
There was less offensive stuff on here. He didn't put Led Zeppelin in there.
Yeah.
And the order made more sense, so I'm going to add a 25. I'm going to give him an 18.
I'm going to say a 16.
16. Okay, well, that's actually it. We do have other lists, but we may have to do like an episode in January of just these top 100 lists.
I know, right?
So many of them, but we will get to them. Like I said, we're trying to keep it at 4 hours, and as a matter of fact, I'm looking at it now, and we've been going for let's see, where's the thing? Just about 4 hours. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna stop here, and we'll see you guys next month. We promise. We just had some shit happen, and we couldn't do it for 2 months. We haven't forgotten. Please send your lists. Although, if you don't, that's okay, because we have more than enough for the next episode already. See you then, fools.
Bye-bye.